We're starting off high.
We can get a two fools agree on that one. Oh, by the way, look, we got the wide shot. Ah!
There was you had accountability. Now what I can
Now all you need is a podcast and a YouTube channel.
no, not even.
Where give me the money. Show me the money.
Apparently there's a Foolproof page.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Live on Facebook.com/Foolproof Entertainment Network. I need you on Twitter. I need you to repost the Facebook pages.
To raise a human before I would
Trust human to raise back wolves.
before I would trust a pack of humans to raise wolves.
Right. I hear you. Missed the unmute. Yo, welcome back to Two Fools Agree. Already starting off foolish for the evening.
We hot.
It's hot in here. Like literally and figuratively. I will say that I had 2 ACs running in this room earlier, so it's not awful.
No, it ain't awful.
And you got the fan blowing right on you, so I don't want to hear you fucking whine.
No, if it was awful, I'd be shirtless and dripping. If it was awful,
Drip.
We got
the big drip.
We got a guest in the building.
You want to introduce our special guest?
Little boy Fool.
Little boy.
Fool number 2. Fool number 3. The third fool.
His
My
little brother, Chris.
I do the introducing around here, motherfucker.
Okay.
This is my brother.
I'm sorry to hear that, Chris.
Right. He has to deal with that. I have to deal with him too, so.
Now, Cliff, you know the rule
It's a
on the
family
podcast.
thing.
If your phone goes off and I hear it,
Yeah.
you got to read it. So
heard
what you
it.
got?
Oh,
Which makes
I'm
me want to
turning
double
mine
check mine
off.
right now.
Exactly. Hold up. I'm turning mine
That
off.
was just my son saying I'm watching FBs.
Oh, good shit.
Maybe I
What
should
up,
turn
Mal?
it on because I know
What
my
up,
girl
what?
gets some entertainment.
Listen.
Right.
Don't do that.
I'll be saying I
You
get
gonna have to
You gonna
read
right?
the
You gotta
transcripts.
read it out. You gotta read it out.
right.
That's the
I'm
rule.
turning it off.
Listen, you'll
I'm
get
double checking.
in trouble.
And if you get yourself in trouble, that's not my
Right.
fault.
Listen, you hear what I'm saying? Okay.
Malcolm already chiming in.
Man.
Sorry, Chris. Cliff a mess.
Goodness gracious. That
Hey, man.
motherfucker.
Number one fan guest. I like it.
It's all right. It's all right.
Hey, promote it. Let's get some more.
Right? That's
listeners.
exactly right. So for those of you already listening tonight, give us a share, give us a like, give us a subscribe if
All
you
that.
haven't already. So
All that.
do
Help
all that.
man.
Help us out. And for those that are new, if you prefer to watch on Facebook or you prefer to watch on Twitch, I think we're streaming on those 2 platforms tonight.
Really?
At least
Oh,
on
are we?
Facebook. Maybe not Twitch yet, because Twitch was giving me troubles. So we tried to do it all.
Twitch
We
is
are-
real strict. Twitch is strict.
We are also straight up live on pretty much all social media now with the handle @FoolproofNet.
For real?
So you can pretty much find us on Twitter. I mean, our Instagram doesn't have anything on it yet because that's not my jam. So maybe we got to find an intern to do the Instagram. That ain't gonna be me.
Man,
I tweet like twice a week on our
I don't even
Foolproof
tweet.
Net handle.
I check tweets. I don't even check tweets.
That's why we need an intern, Cliff.
I found out that 20, remember I said Twitter captured
Uh-huh.
at 20? If you don't check it, it'll erase the 20.
It'll
I'm
keep
back
going.
up to 16 right
all
now.
right, all right.
So,
One of those is the Foolproof handle
Is
tagging
that?
you in a tweet today
I'll
about join us live.
I'll do better. When we get more fans, I'll do better.
All right. No, see, you're missing the point here, though. Is
Is that what gets the fans?
That's to get the fans.
Okay, I'll do better.
God damn. That's been in our intro song since like week 5.
What? Me not doing better?
You not doing social media.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I know my dude say he needs to get an Instagram.
Yeah, he did.
Well, if you want to run the Foolproof Instagram,
Actually,
I'd love
he
it
didn't say
because I don't want to do that
you
shit.
need to
That's
get
not my
Instagram. You told
game.
yourself you needed to get it.
Well, you know, I did say
because he gave you
Instagram.
his
Yeah, he gave me his handle.
Is that what it's called on Insta? Is a handle?
What?
Or
What?
is it Twitter as a
Username?
handle?
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I thought
I
was
don't
using
know
the right
neither.
terminology.
I got the social media,
Shout
but
out
I'm
to
not.
Tactical Tattooer _ at
Yeah,
Instagram.
go check him out. He
That
has
is,
really good, dope work.
That's my little brother's coworker
Yeah.
at
Tattoo Kings.
Tattoo Kings.
There you go.
I'm an apprentice, but
All right.
He doing his thing.
I'm still working and tatting.
That's
Yeah,
what
but
he
this
doing.
isn't self promotion hour. So Chris, shut the fuck up.
Right. It's not time for that yet.
Hey, but listen. Hey, we was talking about Instagram and social media. You brought it up.
Yeah.
So hold on. Don't tell me.
I did.
That was
brought it
him.
up.
But we didn't ask you for yours, did we? Maybe Cliff did. I don't know.
Listen, it's all right.
Just
I
messing
could
with
It's
put
you.
all
right.
right.
Where we at?
So, what do we got for
Inadvertence.
tonight? You got any inadvertence to get us kicked off here, Mr. Jennings?
I do have an inadvert. I don't know what brought it to me, right? But you know how, like, I don't even want to take it to religion. You know what I mean? I don't want to bring it to, like, the big man upstairs, but I know that's how we were raised, that they always, that mantras that God will never put on you what you can't bear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And beyond just that specific mantra, I mean, I feel like that's in general when it comes to life. Like, you have to go through certain things in order for life to give you things. You know what I mean? And I don't know how I got to this inadvertent thought, but I was thinking about something. I wish I would have wrote the exact situation that sparked this realm of thinking. But I started to equate my brain to the house in 13th Ghost.
13 Ghosts.
And
Okay,
I equated
trippy.
right. And I equated it to every time the house would unlock and let out a new ghost, that was a lesson that prepared me for future endeavors.
All right.
Because you
I
have
agree.
to, you know what I mean? You have to show life, karma, the big man upstairs, whatever it is, that you're maturing before they start putting things upon you that you're
Right.
ready for.
So
you know what I mean?
technically, you gotta put in the work to also receive.
Right. And
What
it
you
may
wanna-
not even be
what
work.
you
It
want.
could be, it could be a traumatic experience. It could be something embarrassing. It could be something to let you know, okay, learn from that.
Learn
is-
from it though.
you
That's
know
the
what I
most
mean?
important
Right.
thing is to learn
Because
from
if you
it.
don't learn from it, you're
You
just bouncing off of a locked door.
Yeah, and
you
I
didn't
mean,
unlock that door, and that ghost didn't come out.
And that's called insanity. Repeating the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different outcome.
Preach,
preach.
church, tabernacle, all that.
I was nervous, but
But
I'm doing good.
I don't know what. I don't know what. I
You
feel
don't know
like,
what sparked it, or
Right, I feel like it would bring in so much more context if I knew what the thought
why
was.
that thought entered your mind?
Right, but it was just like, okay, so you're not ready for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you want so many things in life, like whether it be the bad chick or whatever, but you're not ready for that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
I hear
You're
you.
not
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
until
You're not
you,
mature enough
right,
to.
until you start unlocking those doors in your mind.
There are certain things you can't appreciate without experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I can never be. I can never be the what do you call it? Trust fund kid.
Yeah.
I could never be the trust fund kid
What you mean?
because you're not learning anything.
No,
That
you don't.
you've
You're
been
not
given
struggling to get
everything
to that.
without even knowing what it's worth or how hard people work to get a few of those.
What
Right.
you mean trust fund kid? What do you mean by that?
Like the kid that I
just
don't have
giving
to
them-
work. I don't have to work at all. As
Exactly,
soon as I
like-
turn 18, I'm a millionaire.
like the
I don't have to
overly privileged.
Right,
Right.
exactly. I don't have to appreciate the grind that it took to make that
To make
money.
it and
I
appreciate
got the money,
it.
so I do what I want with it. Like that's
Right.
like
Yeah.
you need
No,
to
I
unlock
think
some of those
I
doors.
completely agree.
And then sometimes you don't even appreciate the things that you buy because guess what? You can just
Right.
get it and then
That's
I
why
can get
that's why
another
the
one.
richest motherfuckers kill themselves because they buy all the shit that they thought they wanted and they like. Well,
and then
it's
they
still,
realize they're still not happy.
Right, I'm still me deep
Well,
down.
and I will tell you
I'm just leaving more shit.
from personal experience in terms of coaching, having coached both sides of the spectrum, the strongest players in my mind were always the ones that had some personal trauma, tragedy
Right.
from
It goes
their
back-
younger years.
Goes back to when Pops was here and we were talking about
Yeah.
how the kid of the great boxer
Yep.
or athlete
Because you
isn't
have-
as good as the dad.
Yep.
Because
Because
the
when
dad
they didn't have
struggled.
to struggle
Right.
because they had it made from jump. They weren't fighting to get out of anything.
Period.
or fighting for anything.
Right.
True.
Because exactly like you just said, like the people that have the most traumatic experiences or something might happen or they need to get out of something, that's what builds that
That's that
mentality
switch, right.
to
Absolutely.
be a savage
Right.
and to be like, I
Right.
need to do this, I need to do this, I need
Right.
to do this. But if you got everything handed to you, then you're going to be like, you
don't
ain't
even
going
know
to
if
have
you-
that.
No,
able
you're
to-
not.
You're not
never
gonna
even been
have
able to
that-
tap into that instinct.
that
that you
instinct
have
in
there.
your
You don't
head.
even know what you got in you.
Well, that's
Right,
that whole
right.
like people. They've done a bunch of movies on like the unlocking a percentage of your brain.
Right.
A lot
right,
of that,
right,
a
right.
lot of those synapses connecting
That's the
is
13th.
based on experience.
I feel like that's the 13th
You learn
ghost
to
shit.
trigger things based on your experience.
not
Your
gonna
brain
say
is a
nothing about
house,
that.
and I don't know what's being locked inside of there.
Yeah.
Can I? You
It's
said I
pieces
could
of
say.
you.
You think I could? You said I could say anything on this podcast.
You can say anything you want.
I mean,
you
never
know
mind.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going.
egregious. You
You're
know
not.
if it's crazy.
You're not going to hear anything from us about it.
right.
I'm not
I
gonna-
can't
I'm
say
not-
that if you have friends, family that listen to this, that
I'm
they
not.
gonna let you do any. But
Who cares?
You don't have anything to burn with us.
Right. You're a tattoo artist.
Trust me,
What are
we
you
both said
gonna-
shit that should get us fired if anybody cared.
Okay,
so.
yeah.
Listen, I've been hoping that somebody stumbles across.
Somebody cancel me. Cancel
Somebody
me today.
stumble across one of them
Cancel me.
fucked up things I said and send it to
Oh,
my
here we go.
supervisor. Shit. I
That's
would
it.
love to kick my feet up and do podcasting. full
Okay,
time.
I can put it like this. When we was talking about unlocking certain parts of the brain, I seen a Facebook post towards psychedelics,
Right.
and the reason why is because
That's a good topic.
when you eat shrooms or you do acid or any psychedelic, it unlocks certain parts of the brain that you think a little different. And what the post said was saying that it's not saying that I'm not saying go out and do psychedelics, you know what I mean?
Right.
But
But if
they
you want to, go out and do something.
that's
Be safe, but go
yeah,
for it.
I'm not condoning, just know that. But they did say
Unless
like,
you play for me.
they
then
said
you
they
keep
did
your
say like
mouth
every
shit
once
clean.
they was like once
Or at
every
least don't let nobody find out about it.
they said once every blue moon it is good to do psychedelics because also the Indians
Listen,
used to do it for meditation
And not beyond
and the whole
that, you're
nine and
absolutely
it
correct.
unlocks certain
Absolutely.
You're absolutely correct, but they're actually in. they're
acid's
doing-
different, shrooms yes.
I-
It's
I-
more
I-
of meditation.
Right, I
purposes.
agree with you.
But
what
again,
you're
I
saying.
think that
But-
what it does is it forces you to it forces your brain to fire different synapses.
Right,
Than what
And
that
figure
would
out
actually do.
different and look at different
They're
angles
experimenting
different.
right now with psychedelics and depression in California and giving people shrooms for depressive disorders. The same way
No,
you
they're
get your
not.
medical. Yes, they are. The same way you would get your medical marijuana card, you would be able to get a card for shrooms.
What?
But not quite acid. They haven't talked anything
No,
about
because
that,
that's
but
kind of exactly
shrooms,
on the other.
peyote, shit like that. They're working on getting that. Like that's something that's happening right now as we speak.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's what I'm saying. So what you're saying is it's correct.
Right.
If they know that this, because like you said, you're
Because a
firing
lot of
different
people-
synapses, so
Right.
you look at things from a different way. So that
Exactly,
might pull you out of your
exactly.
depression and show it to you from a different perspective.
Exactly. Instead of
And then you're
always
like,
thinking that.
I was tripping.
Right.
Yeah, like Cliffy, always thinking one-minded. you get it from different angles.
And that's where
and I think we hit on that a little bit. I can't remember if it was last week or the week before. We talked about growth mindset versus fixed mindset, and we talked about. I mean, that's something that I've preached to people that work for me all the time. Like, you have to learn to seek understanding, because even if you don't agree with their position, if you can at least put yourself in their shoes and understand what they're seeing and what they're hearing from, say, their boss, what you can do is you can start to find a way to compromise and meet in the middle. Or if you're cynical like I am, you can figure out what their weakness is and how you play to that and how you manipulate that.
Right. Well, since
my Uncle Charles, said something about that. You know Uncle Charles?
Yeah.
From Atlanta. He said, like, I guess he's in, like, you know, he's a Mason. He's a Mason. And he said the one thing that he always believes in is logic and reasoning. That's it.
Right.
He said once you get all that emotional type feeling.
Yeah, that fucks up everything.
Exactly. He was like, break a person down with logic and reasoning,
that's the
they
only thing
can't
that
come
matters.
back on
That's
anything.
the only thing that matters.
Exactly.
But that's
my fault. That probably was a little different off topic. I don't know.
No, you good. It just rolls, man.
I thought it was. I
don't think that was off topic at all. But what I will say is, it's funny you brought that up, because now we're in the generation where logic and reasoning doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
somebody hit you with some facts, and they'll hit you with a dumbass. Well, so what? I get bitches.
Because
it's bitches.
Emotions.
Well, people be like, oh,
and that was my point last or 2
like
weeks ago, Chris.
I don't even think it's emotion. I think we're in
it's emotions.
We're in the dumbing down of society.
We are, because
emotions.
What is happening is everybody is playing to raw emotion, and once raw emotion is part of the equation,
you're not
there is no more logic.
Exactly.
There is no rationality.
Exactly.
You're right too.
But still, it's raw emotion. It's still like, it's feelings.
You can do something to get me raw emotional, and then tell me 2 + 2 is 4, and I'll say, "Fuck you, it ain't." Fuck you and what you talking about. We about to no, nothing that you say is true anymore. And that's where we're at. You hurt my feelings, so I don't want to hear anything, even if it makes sense. Even if it makes sense, I don't want to hear it. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's true.
I saw a Facebook video like that today. One dude was playing both a Republican and a Democrat, and that was exactly the conversations that they were having. Is, you're wrong.
Right. As soon as you piss me off, I don't care how logical it means. You have to breathe to live. Fuck you. I'll hold my breath. I'll turn blue. I'll turn blue in this bitch.
So we got a couple of things coming in on the chat.
FB.
You got FB light skins taking over.
You can't see me in the camera,
right? Oh, no, you good. It ain't that deep.
And then he's got... Cliff got a light green vape. He ain't no G.
Oh, shit.
Who said that?
Listen.
And then...
FB, my son.
Luke, my buddy Luke is...
My G.
Luke is talking shit to me about when you gonna get edged up, Reg. Everybody else looking at you.
They playing. They playing. I thought Luke was gonna be here today.
Well,
that's kind of messed up.
I asked him to hold for a week because of the miscommunication between you and I.
See, I was under the impression it was gonna be the 4.
Well, you know that if I asked Luke,
listen,
then Jeff was right there too. So
now, right, when you said Jeff wanted to come on too, it almost did make more sense to have them. As
I'd rather have both of them on because they'll play off of one another too.
Right, I agree there, but you're missed, Luke.
You are. Your
buzz cut's missed.
You fucking Lesnar looking motherfucker.
Right. Now, all I ask is kick the slowest kid, the last kid in the lap, kick him in the ass one time for me. Just with the inside of your shoe.
Of your foot.
You don't gotta do it like a Sparta, but like just speed up, kid. You're moving too slow, son.
Little roundhouse.
Your mother would want me to do this. Speed up. Make your mama proud.
You're stupid.
So I had 2 real quick inadvertent thoughts. Mine aren't as deep as yours.
Okay. Well, you know me. My gears
always
are turning.
Yeah.
My gears are always turning.
I got energy.
I got another one though.
Well, we can come back to it.
I always say I got a second one, and I never give it. Though.
My two are quick, so we can go right back to it. We can ask Chris if he's got one.
For some reason, even though you say yours are quick, I know they are going to spark something.
I don't know. I don't think they will.
Hold up,
these are just like quick, funny one-liners.
Okay. He tried to break down
what an inadvertent thought is.
Yeah, I'm not the best at it. That word is too big for me.
Have you ever seen
it's too big for me too.
It throws me off.
So I think, have you ever seen like the memes about like shower thoughts or like,
I told him like light bulb moments.
Light bulb moments
where you're like, oh, I didn't.
So like more like off the wall type shit. Like I wouldn't have thought of this, but the thought crossed my mind and it made me laugh.
So it's pretty much just like a random
thought.
The more random, the better. Right.
Oh, so pretty much like what I said outside.
Right.
Okay. I'll let you take over then. I might.
You might come back.
Yeah, that's somewhat.
If I remember.
So
my point you were making about it, but I do remember
the XX song. That was the.
So my inadvertent was. So I know they have like May is masturbation month, right?
Really?
Well, that's what they say.
I thought 12 of them.
Wait, I thought it was no. What? Wait,
no,
what?
November?
Yeah.
No.
There's a masturbation month where I can masturbate every day.
It's definitely May.
I got Movember.
Well, Movember's like not shaving.
Not for me.
Oh, there you go. But the inadvertent thought was.
All right, I'm done. For now, only for now.
But the inadvertent thought was, what if they had a? So there seems to be like an international day for everything now, right? Right. So it's just stupid shit. Like, what if there was an international sex toy day, and the way you told people to celebrate it was go fuck yourself? That was my inadvertent thought for the week.
Nah, I get that.
June 13th. We missed it this year, but next year, June 13th.
So that was one of my two.
Well, no.
What do you got? You thinking
ignorant.
of a different day?
Yeah, that's ignorant.
What were you gonna say?
July 3rd.
Go right into the 4th.
July 3rd. We already celebrated Juneteenth. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
I like it. Run it. Run that shit.
July 3rd is National Sex Toy Day. Celebrate that by go fuck yourself. Shirts. We need shirts made. Okay, I'm on it.
The other one I had was, I think I started having a little bit of an understanding moment.
I thought that's what it inadvertent was.
For the black man's plight in America.
How did this come to be?
Playing with my son. And I know this is meant to be funny, so none of this is serious.
Right.
But we spent 30 minutes on a fucking 100-piece puzzle yesterday.
To completion?
Yeah, to finish a 100-piece puzzle. Wait, listen for it. We got 85-95% of the way through, and he told me, Dad, I want to finish it. So as we're getting close to like the moment where like we get to participate, I get told no.
Right.
And then he goes and tells his mom, look what I did by myself.
Right. Listen.
And I'm like, I wonder if that's how black people felt building this country and then being told they couldn't share in it.
Fools agree, sir. Oh my God.
So that was my random.
You may get the inadvertent thought award. All right, Chris, hand me that, please. Hand me that.
The belt.
Yes, sir.
I want to hear what happened. Damn, this is heavy.
Inadvertent
thought
award, sir. He's the champ, y'all. You the champ, sir. You the champ. Now you keep that by you, champ.
Put it on the shoulder.
Yeah, you the champ for this episode. I like that. That was a good inadvertent. And I think that was the fact that you came to that. Allies, sir.
Is that the plate?
Allies,
do
sir.
I get it now?
I'm ready.
I think you do.
Now all I need is for him to beat my ass for 400 years, and I'll really understand.
Wait. I miss everything, man. My girl is.
Oh no! Oh no! You are a fool.
So that's what I got. Those were my two. I told you they'd be quick. Mine didn't.
What was it? What happened? I missed the last one.
Oh.
Because, man. Oh my goodness.
Well, listen.
We'll turn your phone off.
Right. Or otherwise she'll be reading them.
Step 1.
It will all be.
And if she's mad, she can call one of us.
She's not really mad. Okay, exactly. Like you said, if the phone goes off. Okay, so this is what was going on. I guess she kept blowing my phone up because she thought. She was like, you parked in your our neighbor's driveway partially, right? I was like, yeah, that's because our neighbors parked in the middle of the damn thing, so I don't got no room to park. So I'm like, why are you blowing my phone up like this? You know what I mean?
Because you probably got the keys, right?
Hmm?
You got the keys.
Yeah.
So can the neighbor get in and out of their driveway?
No, they parked in the middle of my house. Like the
Like right out.
like there's driveway.
Right.
That part they parked right in the middle.
I know what you mean.
So I can't.
Can they still get...
Oh yeah, they should be able to get out.
Well,
Yeah,
they
should be able to get out. They'll be all right.
That's all I'm saying. But you got the keys and
Nah, she can get out. She can get out. She can get out.
Okay.
She can get
Well,
out.
there you go.
You don't want that big
Turn that shit off then. Let's go.
I know, yeah, exactly.
You don't want that big motherfucking toe. Listen, Tina, if you feel that way about it, pay $1 and get in the chat.
You fool.
I agree.
For $20, we'll get him an Uber and send him home.
Oh, shit. And you don't got to worry about a park job.
Oh, damn.
Shit, G.
I see why this is called Fools Agree.
Listen,
Right?
I told you, little boy food.
I mean, it's meant to be a question, right? Do fools agree? But most of the time, fools agree.
Well, speaking of, I don't want to cut you off. Did you have an inadvertent?
Yeah, you got an inadvertent thought there, Chris? You said you had one outside.
It was more of like a conversation, but it definitely was a question because I
was,
told you it was. All right, so we was talking about. All right, so we was bumping XXX. You know what I mean?
Tentacion. What was
and
it,
we was
Moonlight?
talking, Moonlight. And then we was talking about how. Now I could be wrong, but I've definitely heard this that he started, like, the music of like a minute,
song.
a minute,
like 2:23,
like a quick verse. Song, like a quick aggressive song, song. Like it was looking
for the algorithm.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
for like
but here's the thing, exactly, and it's. I feel like
Spotify
that
was doing the same.
I feel like they make them minute. And I was asking, does he agree with me? I'm asking, do they make that minute song, that 1 minute 30 song for a quick hook, put it on Instagram? Because it's so quick to get famous now, so they just put that catchy hook,
right.
So it's that,
boom.
It's that, and
like that's how I feel like he blew up. Because it was just like he made that little.
Malcolm agrees with you. He says that's his track. But what I would say is, what I've read. They keep the song short now because
they don't got bored.
It increases the number of plays that they get on Spotify and on like internet radio stations.
That could be
because
faster.
It's shorter.
I can play it more
and then you
times
can get to the next one.
It's the same. It's the same reason why on television they'll speed up a movie to like 1.5 speed at
to
certain
get
points,
some more,
so
and
that
then
they can
play
get
it back to back.
Yep.
And then play the same movie
and get
again
double the ad revenue. So that's what all that shit.
Fucking. But then you got the 150 proofs and I slid that in there with the Wu-Tangs, where you got a whole squad of people that all got something to say. Mm-hmm. So the song may be 7 minutes long, and it's gonna be a good song because everybody there is.
But guess what? We're also in a
We're
generation that nobody wants to hear that.
Well, and it's attention span.
Well, you got to
There's
think.
No attention span.
You got to think. You got to think. It's, and this may be my realm of thinking because I feel like we're kind of sub generation.
Yeah.
You're not quite in that generation, the young bucks.
Like you talk about like Lil Pump.
Well, no,
like okay. So
and
listen,
if you want to get into
like
labels,
15, 16-year-old kids, I'm not in that type of generation.
I would go 18 to 20. 21.
You and I are in the elder millennial generation. He is thickly in the millennials. Today's kids are Gen Z, and it's a different world.
So what I'm getting at is
it's kind of how Pop's raised.
What I'm getting at when it comes
he raised us to be older and act older.
When it comes to the streets, though.
Shout out, Pops.
when it comes to the streets, though, we're now in an era where there's no rules. There's no rules. Like back when,
no.
back when
There's
I
no
was
rules.
running, doing dumb shit, there were rules you had to abide by. People would
you have
check
to follow.
you if you didn't follow those
now
rules.
They don't give
right.
two shits.
So because there's no rules, there's no groups.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Because if there's no
you
rules,
said there's no rules, there's no
no groups.
No.
You feel what I'm saying? The only reason why a Wu-Tang Clan or a 150 Proof thrived
they was all loyal
because we all operated under the same rules.
Exactly.
Yeah. But if we have a young group of 18 to 21-year-olds that none of them operate under any rules, why would be in a group? Because I don't owe you any loyalty, and you don't owe me any, so I'm not going to show you any. The way we operated is I'll die for any one of y'all right now.
This is why I feel like this is why I feel like gangbanging nowadays is like low key bullshit because there's no rules in this shit no more. They ain't really this is.
I mean, you could argue to say it always has been bullshit. I wouldn't say always, but
there was way more rules than it was back then than there is now.
Let's understand when it first originated, it was to protect neighborhoods from people that would not protect them.
Exactly.
But now, like you said, we've fallen so far from grace that there are no rules, and people gotta understand.
But nowadays, it's just young kids just out here killing people just
that
for
the gang culture. That was the way they marketed it.
Right.
That wasn't the way we saw it. That's why you see so many kids gangbanging, and you're like, well, how could they do that? Because we didn't see it as that.
Yeah.
We just saw it as a neighborhood sticking together.
Yep.
And other people market it as a dangerous group of individuals who are... Well, if you think about it, they very rarely leave their own neighborhood.
Right.
So how dangerous
the only time that there was ever danger or issues was if people that didn't belong in their neighborhood were in their neighborhood.
So why?
Which how is that any different than any police department in America?
We're gonna talk about.
Sorry, we can't talk about
that later. We're gonna talk about this subject later.
You can talk about whatever subject you like.
I'm talking about like the two definitions of Crip. You know what I mean? There was community revolution and progress, and that's exactly protecting. And now they switched it exactly at dangerous groups of individuals. Now it's criminal revolution and progress.
Yeah, well, that's the marketing scheme. It all depends on who's the one marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, if you're marketing
but at
the same time, the young people are marketing it. The young people are doing
they're adding into.
They're adding.
Right, but it's by design.
That's real.
Because once you pull it away from...
It goes a whole different way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're real. Alright, enough of the gang talk.
Right.
Y'all brought up Crips and I went straight to Cripicola.
Listen.
From Killer Mike. Killer Mike.
You see that trigger warning?
Yeah. And what was I can't remember.
Blood Pop?
Blood Pop, that's what it was.
And I love that episode too, to see them both vibing with each other.
That was that Netflix thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. You gonna buy Blood Pop or you gonna buy
like Cripicola?
No, the blood dude. He said you gonna buy Cripicola, you gonna buy Blood Pop. Come on, you gotta get both of them if you go. I love that. I love
and the white
folks
that were buying them was like, I gotta get both. I don't want to upset anybody. Hey guys,
Who made that again? Who made that again?
Killer Mike.
Oh, Killer Mike. It's off of Netflix.
He's a genius.
It's still on Netflix. I mean, it's a Netflix. Is it a Netflix original?
They added it back under that
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter category. They added a Black
Lives
Matter.
Is it?
Did they take it off or was it just
remember
like
you said that was going to be a conversation?
Remember
you said that was going to be.
Because the pandemic's about to kick back in, so we got to go over shit that we've been watching.
Right.
I got a few. We've been on that one.
I mean, we could do that now.
It don't matter. We're here.
Yeah.
I mean, we only have one real. We only have one real topic, so.
We may have more than one.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But in terms of
like this because the conversation is rolling. I like
as far as the shows go, though.
What you got?
Man, let me tell you something.
I
got a lot for that one.
I think I got two of them that really got me recently.
Okay.
One of them, and I don't have them written down, so they're both on Hulu, I believe. One of them is something unsolved.
Unsolved Mysteries.
It's not Unsolved Mysteries though.
Because that's back on Netflix.
No, not with William Shatner though. This is a BuzzFeed Unsolved Crimes and.
I don't know that one.
When I say this show, listen and.
Does it keep you up at night?
Yeah.
Those are the best shows. The one you can't turn off.
I ain't no. No, I'm not talking about that.
He's talking about the shit that's.
I ain't no bitch.
The description.
But I had to turn that motherfucker off.
Why?
Cause I was watching it like 1:30. Just it was a weekend, and I'm just sitting up watching it. And when I say it's like the creepiest stories, it's like
fuck out of here.
Shit, like
the fuck
it made me feel like you need to put on some.
What are you? Hold on. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
It's called BuzzFeed Unsolved Crimes or
something like that.
I'm gonna look it up because if you
it's
say
on Hulu. The first episode is. It had me. The first episode I was just hooked.
If it's that scary, I gotta peep it.
It's not really scary. It's not like a scary. It's just like
just creepy.
Yeah, like whoa, like what?
Why you have to turn it off though?
You gotta watch it.
So it's scary. Your ass was scared and now he's saying no.
It's not all crime shit. Like some of it's like haunted houses, people that died in haunted houses, or. This man moved into this house and killed his family, and then 20 years later, dude moved in and killed his family as well. And we're piecing together
how that
could have happened or what could have. And it's like, well, whoa.
Is it based off like true events?
All of it's true events.
Oh, for real?
That's why he's worried.
Right. All of it's true. Listen, you gotta watch the first episode. The dude that they found dead on the beach. Found a dude dead on the beach in a full suit tie and everything, and he's dead on the beach with his head laying up against a brick wall, like he's chilling.
Yeah, I ain't going to that beach.
They fingerprinted him. They did everything. There's no trace of this man from nowhere.
Maybe he was smart. Maybe he peeled off his fingertips.
Piece of not the Quran. Hindu or Buddhist, either a Hindu or Buddhist book, like their version of the Bible. He cut out the very last scripture of it, which ended with the end, like so and so complete the end, and he had it tucked in his pocket. They found the book that he got it ripped from. Turned out that he must have had a child with the lady who owned the book. So they don't know this dude from anywhere. Yeah. The lady says she doesn't know him either. But they did like a test on his son and found out they have the same bone structure. They're like, so this bitch is lying. But no one
same bone structure, but they didn't do a DNA test?
But I guess what can you match it to? Like you may be able to match it to him.
Right.
That still doesn't tell us who he is.
No, but at least it confirms that she actually does know him.
Who that? Yeah, I don't know. But this is also way back in the day too, like 1940s, 19.
Oh, really?
Gotcha. This is a while back in the day. But they basically ended up thinking he was a spy or something, and he took like a cyanide capsule and laid down at the beach to die.
And if he didn't have any fingertips or anything, he must have
he had fingerprints. He had them.
He had them?
But they didn't have him in the... But that's not too uncommon, because if
especially
you don't
not
get in
at
trouble,
that time,
they're not going to have you in the database.
Right.
But,
well, and back then, the database was
that wasn't even a trippy one. That was just like one where it's like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then it got into some shit. I was like, oh, we're
done.
Let me put some happy shit on. Let me cut on the Goldbergs or some shit like that. Man. I need to smile.
Goonies.
Right. Some shit that, it was a little too deep for me. Yeah. But I guarantee you, if you watch it, you will be hooked.
Okay.
You will be hooked.
I'm going to watch that.
There was one other one I can't think of. It's on Hulu as well. It's a comedy though.
You already know what I'm saying off the bat.
What you got?
You already know what I'm saying off the bat.
Baki.
You already know.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. He got me hip to a anime.
Okay.
Now, I just got hip to cartoons.
Right, you're not a big cartoon fan.
I watched the whole first season.
You capping.
I watched the whole first season.
You capping.
When that dude...
You capping. Oh, yeah.
This assassin dude.
So pretty much. No, he's not an assassin. He's not an assassin.
The dude that with the.
No, he ain't an assassin.
Wait, what are we talking about?
You talking about
Baki.
We talking
Baki.
about
he died.
What's his name? Yeah, he died.
The one dude killed him.
I know. The one who got
Yakuza dude killed him.
The one dude with all the scars with the back tattoo, who he said we got the same fighting style.
Yeah.
And what's his name?
Listen, it's a good show.
Okay.
You know,
all right, so technically, okay.
You want to say anime? I've never in my life
so here's
seen
what,
Dragon
all right, so
Ball
here's
Z or
what,
anything like that.
here's what it's
Don't
about,
like
Mike.
like
And this is why I like the show so much, because it relates to me and him kind of in a certain way. So.
It's good.
So. Baki is a teenage boy, 17 years old. He won a fighting tournament, an underground fighting tournament that almost like cost him his life, but he won it. And his dad is labeled the strongest man. He's the strongest creature on Earth. You know what I mean? He's the strongest creature on Earth. So there was 5 with the underground fighting thing that we was talking about.
The strongest creature on Earth.
They say he was the strongest creature on Earth.
I think he's just smart.
No.
I think he uses his head and his.
No, he is the strongest.
He got his
I'm talking about Baki. I'm talking who? I'm talking
Baki's
about Baki.
dad?
Yeah, by who?
The dude who got his hand cut off, whooped his ass damn near
Are
twice.
we talking about the same person?
Baki's dad is the dude with the gray hair.
No.
The long, yes. The
he
American.
Is long red hair. He is the big buff dude.
Yes.
Bro, nobody even wants to fight him. Nobody beat his ass.
He's the dude that throws shit up. Like
no, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. That's not
not
Baki's dad. No, that's not Baki's. You're talking about that one dude that broke out of prison. The one dude that
y'all. I don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay, yeah, he said gray hair. I know who you're talking about though.
I thought that was his dad.
No.
He's the one that nobody can beat.
He is no, he did whoop. See, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it.
So Baki, all right.
The only thing that throws me off about this show is it's in subtitles.
Well, like I said, I have
to be in the mood
to
want to read.
Okay, so they don't have an English dub. It's all subtitles.
Yeah. No, it's English.
Well, the subtitles are English, but they don't speak English.
Yes, they do.
You might have to change.
Oh, I can change it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, I need somebody to check my.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that for you. So hold up. So Baki's dad is the strongest creature on Earth. Nobody beat him. Nobody tests him. He's pretty much, cause Baki, all he wants to do is fuck his dad up. That's what he wants to do. And his dad goes to him in certain part of the episodes, like, train, be hard. There's people coming after you. There's 5 people that broke out of prison, and now the dude that with the gray hair, he was one of the people in prison. And all of them said they wanted to go to Tokyo for the underground thing that he won.
I was wondering.
But then they changed it. And then they changed it.
Than what you had.
Yeah, it does.
And then they had 5 correct karate people, and then the underground and karate people went, and then there was one big tournament, and I'm not gonna say anything else, but
that's the one Baki won.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we kind of let off with that, so it's all.
I mean, Baki. No, I'm talking about Baki won the first one.
Okay.
Baki won the first one. He won the second one too.
Oh, so okay.
So that was the spoiler. I got.
Okay, so here's the thing.
But hold on. Here's the thing though. Now, Baki challenged his dad since he won, and they ended it, and it's supposed to come back out September something, like September 30th. Where
so now is a good time to get back into it because you have the
watch
third season.
That.
Listen,
okay.
He's not doing a good job explaining it.
Because you ain't let me explain it.
No, he's not doing a good job explaining it. So, like he said.
Oh, like I said, me and you. Oh, Baki has a brother.
Oh, I didn't know that. See,
Baki has a brother. Oh, my fault. Okay.
He's right. I didn't watch
My fault. So when I said that,
I thought I watched the whole first season.
The reason why I said that I like the show because it reminds me of you.
I didn't find that yet.
But hold up, one of the brothers.
Baki?
Okay,
is it Chris or is it me?
But Baki, okay, but the older brother. The older brother was jealous of Baki.
You're not in the show yet, Cliff.
Baki was
second season then.
Like,
that has to
you
be
might have to.
season.
Yeah, there's 2 parts.
Yeah, but I'm saying the first season I watched the whole first season is what 8 or 10 episodes.
So, but Baki has a brother named Jack.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you gotta
I don't
watch
even
that.
know who Baki's
But this
dad
is the reason why. This is the reason why I like it though, and this is the reason why. This is why I say this is my favorite show. Is because, pretty much, it's not. It's just because they wanted to fight each other too. Because Baki's brother was jealous of Baki because Baki has his dad's, you know what I mean?
He's saying,
but he took steroids a lot, and they also went at it, you know what I mean? I ain't saying you a G.
I'm just playing.
He's
saying
but
like
they got a
the
brotherly
dynamic of all of us always wanting to beat each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I've always wanted to beat my dad. He's always wanted to beat me. We've always.
And we gotta get one spot. Like
right,
I feel like it's brother, and especially like it's just boxing. It's a sport. That's brotherly love. I feel like
we can do that. That's not a problem.
But especially like in our background, we're boxers. You feel me? I feel like every like. You know the two twins that you told me that you got me hooked on with the boxing?
Oh, the young boys.
Like, I'm pretty sure that they have, you know, if you are in that predicament and you live that and, you know, you want to spar your brother.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
The only person you spar. The only difference is we're 8 years apart.
That's why I said I want to get you before you get old.
Too late. Too late.
Damn me. No, I still got some juice left.
Hey,
I mean, there's a Toby Keith song about that. I'm not as good as I once was, but I'm as good once as I ever was.
Right. You're upset. Listen, sir. Challenge accepted.
I do that shit with my players all the time. Like they're talking about they can't get a hang clean of like 225. I'm like, if I can get it, you can get it. I walk right up, boom, do it, drop it. I think about it the next day when my back's hurting.
Right.
But I can still do it, damn it.
Listen.
Hold up. Baki's a good show, and I did watch something crazy.
That's what I'm trying to figure out the second
show.
show.
See, we're boring. We're rewatching the MCU right now.
See, I mean, I still...
Like, Supernatural?
I love Supernatural, but back in the day...
Bro, the new shit is hot.
I fell off. It's hot. Have you ever gotten into that?
No, I think mine right
Sam
now
and
is...
Dean?
I'm waiting right now
it's
for...
hot right now.
Well, it just came out.
Hot.
The second
season. Bro, me and Tina love it.
Hannah?
Did you watch Hannah?
I watched the movie.
Hannah?
I didn't watch the show.
So it's Amazon Prime.
Trained the little girl to be an assassin.
And so the second season just came out on Amazon Prime.
It's called what, Hannah?
You ain't never seen the movie? It's about a dad whose the government was after him, weren't they?
Yeah, I think basically it's a spy, got out, but
and
knew he'd never be safe.
He had a daughter that the government knew about that he had trained since a child, and they were going to use her as his replacement, basically.
Yeah.
But he knew that they were going to be coming for her, so he trained her to kill them.
Yeah, so using her as a weapon.
Right. And she was a dog.
That one.
Like a 15-year-old
Hannah,
girl.
I heard of
the
name sounds familiar.
It's been on, so Amazon.
It came out probably like,
it's
7
on
years
Hulu?
ago?
Is it on
the
Hulu?
movie, the TV show's on Amazon Prime.
I've seen it. I just never watched it.
Yeah, the other Amazon
so
Prime.
on Hulu?
I tell you what, Amazon's got a couple of good ones.
They do.
Like,
that
did you ever
superhero one?
The Boys.
Is that what that
is? That is a good one.
That is good.
That got me hooked on
it is.
that one.
It's a little head, yeah.
I like it, though. That's how it would be in real life.
I couldn't
You talking
get,
about the one where the black dude was like a
family
juice
wise.
head for real, and he was like a fast track star?
I can't remember.
I don't know,
He was
but
a
I
track
know
star,
the one dude,
and then there was...
the real handsome dude was trying to get
Second
the
season
girl,
of that is coming out.
The
trying to get
Boys.
the girl to give him head.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the
Second season of that's coming out.
He was like, I'm a superhero. Like, why would you want to give me
right,
head?
and just was like, hello.
And I feel like that's how it would be. If you was a
Right.
superhero, you'd be like, I'm a superhero. Like, why are you on your knees right now? Like, come on, I'm giving you the option.
They've never done something like that in terms of on screen.
Stupid,
So
man.
that's all. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I finally. I'm only like 3 episodes in, but
man,
when I've got time to myself, I've been watching the Last Kingdom.
The Last Kingdom.
That's the one I know you did. You were the one.
I kind of got hooked on Witcher a little bit.
So far, I'm only 3 or 4 episodes into it because
you haven't even gotten into the.
I only watch it when I'm by myself.
Yeah, you got into the.
I'm not by myself a
wait
lot.
till you get to the. He hadn't even his parents haven't even died yet.
No, his parents died
the Viking parents.
Oh no, they haven't yet.
Oh, the Last Kingdom. Okay.
That's when it gets real when they kill his Viking parents, and he's like, oh.
It's on.
Oh, hold on. I like that type of shit. So you can't spoil that one for me.
Oh yeah, you got Last Kingdom on Netflix.
And I watched. I got kind of hooked on The Witcher, but I can't really.
Fuck you.
What?
So I don't. That's probably his FB.
That is.
He said, "This is from the horror conversation." Nah, Cliff's scared with a Snuggie and his Winnie the Pooh onesie.
Oh, you got a camera in my house, motherfucker?
Hey, I got a Teddy one.
You got a camera in my crib, bitch? You watching me? You right. Snuggled up, watching scary movies.
What else we got?
Right next to me.
That's the best.
Anybody? You guys got anything else?
He right.
He
said we gonna hit the gym bowling ball. You goddamn right. That's exactly what I'm built like, a fucking bowling ball.
Do we got anything else?
Anything else in terms of shit to watch?
Man, hold up.
Time out. It was because right now I have a photographic memory, and right now what I'm doing is I'm going.
You're looking through the pictures.
Continued watching.
Yeah.
Or what recently watched.
Uh-huh.
I'm going through that category right now. I have that.
I'm trying to figure that.
The BuzzFeed. What the fuck, Baron Davis?
I need to remember that one because I want to see that.
Have you ever seen? That's not the one I was thinking of. Have you ever seen What the Fuck, Baron Davis?
No. What is that?
It's like a black workaholic.
Okay.
But with Baron Davis, the NBA star.
Got you.
Hold up, wait. Mike, can I use the bathroom?
What?
I need to use the bathroom.
He has to use the bathroom.
I left the light
downstairs.
On for you.
Leave.
I left the
take
light
a left.
For you.
I'll be back.
Motel 6, motherfucker.
You'll be alright.
Motel 6.
Just don't trip it over any wires.
Oh, you left the light on?
Yeah, you'll see it.
My fault.
We leave the light on for you.
What the fuck, Baron Davis? It's called WTF Baron Davis.
Okay.
But
I don't know that one. I'll check that out.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Is it?
Oh, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I didn't know he was there. I would have been such a bigger... And he played for my squad. He played for Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron was there.
Did he? Okay.
He was the point guard way back in the day. I'm a fan now. If they don't renew his show, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. His show's hilarious.
There you go.
What else? But I can't remember the one I'm talking about, though. I just got hip to it.
Well, you know what you're going to be missing?
What?
First, wait.
Oh, tell him to shut the fuck up. What you doing tomorrow?
Malcolm's chimed in. He said, I screamed out. Cliff probably pissed himself asleep. He has to use the bathroom. I'm dead. That's Cliff's bro for sure. No, because if it was... he didn't just piss on the floor. Or in the papasan.
Right.
Nah, I was going to say, well, you know what it sounds like we're not going to be watching this fall? It's college sports.
See, that I didn't what all sports or just football?
So here's the deal. Here's what has happened so far. So far, I think it's only the Ivy League and the University Athletic Association, home of Carnegie Mellon, that have basically come out and said they will not be having any fall sports.
Well, no one cares about y'all.
No, but they've also been a precursor in the past. They were also the first ones to shut down in March.
That's what you're saying.
And
they're saying,
on top of that...
they're smart. Follow their lead.
Right. Now, that being said, the Big Ten came out, I think, earlier today and said there will be no out-of-conference games, out-of-conference play, period. So they're still trying to have games. They're still trying to have football, but they will not play out-of-conference. They will only play Big Ten games.
What's the point at that point?
I mean, they could still be Big Ten champions.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, you
good.
Is
it still straight?
Yeah, you're good.
It looked like it got moved.
No, you're right.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I don't see the point.
So the Big Ten, well, I agree.
Keep the draft moving.
I think that's one. Having Big Ten is better than having nothing, right? The Big Ten's rationale is that they maintain more operational control over their schools,
right,
to basically stop the spread.
Right.
But that's kind of where we're at with college sports at this point, and I would not be surprised if pretty much every other conference follows suit. Like, I don't know that you're going to have a playoffs this year. I don't know that you're going to have a championship game. And who knows? Maybe by the time we get to November, they've got a vaccine and things are less of a big deal.
But how?
But why would they?
How do you get a vaccine for a virus?
I mean, they have, your flu shot, right? That's basically what a flu shot is.
Right, but the flu shot is a hit or miss that is mostly miss.
That's real, because there ain't no cure for viruses, right?
No, it's a virus. It's a virus. It's gonna change. It's gonna.
It will adapt.
Yeah. If it's a disease, that's when it's a curable thing, right? If it's a disease,
so I feel like if it's a disease,
it's curable.
Right. Not
but a virus,
curable, but you can treat it.
Yeah.
Specifically, because it's a disease.
Disease that's specific,
same.
But a virus.
It switches.
Well, exactly. That's why I said there's not really a cure for it.
Right. It's gonna evolve. It's gonna change. They're already talking about the second wave. Possibly has a
oh man, I don't want to jinx that.
They're saying there's probably going to be a COVID-20 in the second wave because it's already so-called adapted.
Yeah, and I don't doubt that at all.
I don't either.
This is what I'm going to say. Can I say something in this podcast?
Charge people for shit that's not
stay
really
home,
help.
Stay safe, so we don't have this.
Well, but that's the whole thing is that nobody is, and when I say nobody, it's
I don't mean nobody, like you don't like. I don't mean like stay at home and not like live your regular day life. You know what I mean? But don't just be going out just to go out
to work at this point. I'll work from home for the rest of my life.
Like the bars,
let me say this. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this just because. And it may sound harsh.
Let me charge that, family. Let me try that.
It may sound harsh, but I hear all these people saying wear masks and all that, and stay home. But my stance on this is the kids, the children. Not even children, the 28s and below, they're not worried about this.
No.
And you can't ask them to stop the progression of their life for you because you are. It almost goes back to last week when we said, take that leap of faith.
Yeah.
Like, your lives are over.
I love that comment. I love that comment. I want you to keep that in mind when we talk about tattooing.
I will, but let's be honest. You've lived your life. It's not on y'all anymore. If y'all are put at a discomfort because of this, you should be. You've had the chance to live your life, and this is new to you now as an old person.
Right.
But to these young people, to ask them to stop living their lives because you're worried, fuck you. Fuck you. Like 100%. I'm not saying we shouldn't wear wet masks. If people are comfortable wear a mask. But to tell kids to stay inside for, what, a year, 2 years? So what, they lose out on business opportunities and money. So what ends up happening is when they're in the same position you are, we're the broke generation.
Well,
because we never got a chance to build revenue because you wanted us inside with your old asses. No, die.
In a lot of ways, we're already.
I don't mean it like that, but die.
I mean, you said it was harsher. Now, I mean, I agree to.
Well, in a lot of ways, we're already there. Like the college age generation, like.
I still do love my elderlies, but yeah, I feel what you're saying though. You know what I mean? I feel what you're saying.
Why should they stop living their lives because you're worried? Stay in the house then. Lock your doors.
And that's the whole thing. Like our generation in particular, we are the most in-debt generation ever.
And we're not gonna get out of it with
between college,
stay in the house and wear a mask.
I have a good ass question because I don't do research on this COVID or like that. I really don't. Because honestly, I don't really give to. You know what I mean? But okay, so you said something about the deaths, right? Alright, so all the deaths that they calculated for COVID, right? Was it like what was the percentage? Like, is it mostly old people that died from this, or is it?
Let me answer your question. So
yeah, I don't do much research on it, so I don't know.
Let me answer your question. I saw, and a lot of people are gonna get mad at me for this, but I don't give a fuck. It's hilarious. I saw an article. I went to the spot to go pick some food up. News was on it. It says, It said 846 new confirmed cases in Ohio. Age range of death 101 to 104.
That's not.
The fuck?
Of course,
Yeah.
of course.
What?
Of course.
Who's living that
But
long?
regardless, bitch, is it extending life? Do you get COVID and live longer? Is it extending your life? The bottom line is it's like to answer your question is it's all old people. It's all old people dying.
It is. You're starting to see a handful now,
Okay.
but they also have pre-existing and other conditions where this is exasperating.
But you know what though?
But that's the whole thing. Is
Okay, that makes sense.
Young people who are immunocompromised
because we got like that.
Of course, but you're going to be at a high risk.
Hold up,
general.
Are you saying that we're at a higher risk?
No, if you're immunocompromised, meaning like
if you're already sick with something else, like a chronic condition.
If you have HIV, your white blood cells are low,
okay.
you're gonna die from this shit.
Yeah.
But you would be compromised
like some
anyway.
people, like some of the young kids that got cancer or something.
It could just
you're
be the flu
compromised
at that point.
regardless. But my whole thing is
the problem is COVID. That what they're finding is it's spreading more rapidly than what they thought it would.
Vietnam, 0 deaths.
Oh yeah.
Vietnam, 0 deaths.
Was it Vietnam or was it Taiwan?
Vietnam.
What do you mean?
Taiwan
0.
was the one I saw. What
do you mean that there's 0 deaths?
Well, I don't know about 0. No one has died from COVID. No one has
Vietnam.
died from
The thing
COVID
is the places where you're seeing the
also,
lowest
is that
death
why I
counts?
keep saying on the news that how is the United States
well, the
not
United
controlling
States
it?
gets paid for COVID deaths. So,
But-
like I said,
but-
if you come in with a cough, but you got hit by a car, died from COVID,
Well,
come on now.
the flip side of that is that we are, as a country, on par with like South American countries right now in terms of the rate of infection, the rate of spread. The flip side of that is, so I've got two conspiracy theories on this.
Okay.
We're talking my language.
One is
Hand me one of them too, if you could, bro.
that the reason why we've been so quick to reopen and what we're driving,
I only have one.
there are, in my mind, there are two possibilities. There's one
My
where
fault.
I don't want to give the administration, the president and his cronies credit.
Mm-hmm.
One is I think it's a ploy to keep educated people away from the polls in November.
I think so too.
I think the other side of it is they could just be pushing us towards herd immunity and thinking that that's the quickest path out of this is to get as many people infected as possible so that as a herd we build the immunity so that it's no longer transmittable. The problem with that logic is that we are already seeing people that have caught it twice.
Right.
So if it was no, this was before it started to mutate. Like
really?
They don't think that it had mutated by this point.
And they're saying you caught it twice?
Generally, because just because you've recovered for something doesn't mean that you have antibodies that have completely developed a defense against it.
Right.
It doesn't mean you've been completely immune to it.
Right,
so,
right.
you know, my conspiracy, like, I think I posted this earlier this week. If I were a conspiracy nut, the whole reason Trump has done nothing on Corona is because he thinks it'll keep people away from the polls, especially educated people away from the polls in November.
Well, see.
Hold on, I also heard. I was talking to my coworker.
Because his base don't give a fuck. They're gonna go vote.
And it's not about COVID for Trump.
So hold up. They're gonna vote for him,
Mike. So are you saying that they're doing that so Trump don't get enough voters in?
No, I'm saying Trump's doing it because Trump voters are the only people who aren't going to listen to scientists.
Yeah, Trump knows his voters are already locked in.
His voters are the ones running around screaming, I don't have to wear a mask, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get to that, though, because they have a point there. And they have a very valid point
Okay,
there.
so what I was about to say is, I was thinking about how he's helping his election.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I feel like I'm going to say that for that stimulus check, I'm going to keep that in mind, too, about how that might help him in his election.
Yeah, of course.
Hold up. But now we're talking about the
if you look at what's on the tape, and see, this is the problem about not being informed on what's going on. The Democrats right now have a bill on the Senate floor to get people $2,500 a month.
Right.
Not a one-time $1,200 stimulus check.
Regardless of
for a $2,500 a month.
But that's not passing.
But the thing is it would if it wasn't Republican-controlled Congress.
It depends on who's in the presidency at the same time.
Or Mitch McConnell in the Senate not letting it come to the floor.
Exactly. Now to get back to the non-mask wearing, one thing I will say that I agree with them completely on is the reason why a lot of them don't want to wear masks is because that negates your concealed carry.
And you and I talked about that. We talked about this last week.
If I'm obstructing my face, I can no longer carry a gun because you can't see who I am clearly. So basically, So basically, what you're saying is I have to disarm myself and leave my gun at the house because you want me to wear it. No, I will not. I agree with them in that regard. If I had concealed carry, and that meant I had to leave. No, fuck you. That just means I won't walk anywhere into your stores, but I'm gonna have my gun on me at all times. I'm not gonna take my gun off me.
And that's the choice, right? You can have your firearm on you, or you can go into a store.
But see, my whole thing is, and this is where
and a lot of stores say that you're not supposed to have them on you anyways. Like there are.
But if you can still carry, you can take it. Well, as long as there's not a sign. As long as there's not a sign. For the most part, you can take it anywhere.
But my whole thing is, this is the exact same. This is the exact same reason why motherfuckers like people on the right say, yeah, and then let a mass shooter come out and you're going to wish I was there.
Oh, so that's why.
But that's also, we've proven time and time again that someone having a gun in the case of a mass shooter doesn't fucking stop the mass shooter. Having a cop on the scene doesn't stop a mass shooter.
No, see, now this is the thing. Now this is the difference.
I mean, that's
now,
true.
Wait, because this is a complete and utter difference. That's a false equivalence. Because a cop gets paid to stand in the line of danger, so they know when there's a mass shooter, I'm supposed to
shoot him.
Wait. I'm supposed to. But then that question of, do I get paid enough for this? I don't get paid enough for this. Which is why you see the cop outside of the school and the teacher guarding the door with his body. But if the teacher had a weapon.
You want guns in schools.
That now changes.
You and I are not ever going to be on the same page on that one.
That now changes things.
Oh my God, hell no!
I'm just using that as an example. That now changes things. Now, do I think that a gun in a teacher's hand over a gun in a police officer who patrols a school is like more...
Oh, you talking about like a mall cop, like without...
So wait. So
a resource officer.
So wait, not even, because they are real police officers. They just get put in that position.
Yeah, resource officers are actual cops.
But what I'm saying is, if you're asking me if I think a teacher with a gun could do more damage than that cop with a gun, then yes, I do believe that.
I don't believe it.
Listen, let me get it out before I lose it.
I got you.
The cop gets paid to put himself in the line of duty in that dangerous situation. The teacher's going to be there regardless. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
Whether they have a gun or not, I'm going to be in this position. I'm the one in the class with the students. The cop's not going to be in the class. There's not a cop in every class with a student.
True.
So that means if a gunman comes to my class door and that cop isn't there, who do I trust to protect my kid? I trust the teacher much more than I trust the cop.
That's real, and I think I agree with you on that point.
Now
imagine a teacher that, okay, you give the teacher a gun and she's really not like trained to like, she's doing off a reaction. It might be scary because she just might be shooting everywhere and don't.
That's different.
I think he or she is just
as much dangerous
to shoot a black student in that classroom as she is to shoot a mass shooter.
Well, why? Because no. See, that's where we get. That's where I feel like we get into white people taking over Black Lives Matter, because the teacher knows every student in her classroom.
Yeah, that's real.
And you don't know how she feels about those students.
And then that just means that...
that's real.
That's different. That's something completely different. If a teacher is bold enough to take her gun out and shoot a student that she knows...
Then she really didn't risk her life.
That's completely
she don't even care.
Different. And once again, this may sound rough to say, but let's be honest, there's a lot of teachers in that field that shouldn't be in that field.
I agree, because, I had a teacher, and I'm not going to say her name. I was in middle school. I don't know what was her problem or whatever. I mean, maybe it was just towards me.
Do you think she would have shot you, though?
No, I don't feel like she
one
was
teacher,
shot
not
me,
one
but
teacher I ever saw.
she definitely was reported She snatched me up for one,
Listen,
and she definitely got reported for beating. She
got
reported for beating up a student.
Listen though. The only reason why police kill people is because they have an excuse. Their excuse is, I don't know these people. Now, a teacher...
Pause.
Hold up. Yeah,
so, the most recent example of this is George Floyd, correct?
Listen,
where the
though,
officer fucking knew him.
Did the officer know him?
Listen, stop it. They worked at the same nightclub.
Oh, did they?
What happened was George Floyd was popular with the girls at the nightclub. The white dude wasn't, so they felt like he was jealous of George Floyd because of this. Because he got to sleep with the strippers and the people that kicked it, and the dude didn't.
Oh, really?
That's what they said. But regardless, false equivalence.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
Because everything that everybody's been saying is if police officers knew the people in the neighborhood, they wouldn't be so quick to shoot them. That's true. If you have people from your own neighborhood,
which is why community policing and pushing towards community involved policing.
Right. So when you bring a police officer that doesn't know that neighborhood into that neighborhood, that gives him an excuse to be scared. But you as a teacher do not have that excuse.
Don't have the excuse.
Because you know all these kids. You knew what you were stepping into. You got to see everyone.
Oh yeah, exactly. As a
it's
teacher
not like
too.
a cop. Cop doesn't get to see everyone. People are in their house.
That's true.
The teacher sees everyone. The teacher sees the parents of the kids. Teacher sees a lot of things. So if you choose to shoot that kid, you're a bitch. If that cop chooses to shoot that kid, I'm a pussy. I was scared.
All right, raise it to that one, because I understand.
You feel what I'm saying?
I see what you're
the
saying.
Cop can say, I was scared. I didn't know. The teacher can't do that.
A teacher,
you knew, bitch.
You know.
You knew everybody there. You knew the parents. You knew everybody there.
Cliff,
you can't just shoot a kid as a teacher.
Bro, because you know that little nigga right there, or you know that kid, whatever. You know what I mean? You know if that's the baby kid. You know if that's the baby kid in the class.
I'm going to take it even further. If me and Chris are legacies at a school, and a teacher chooses to shoot my brother, she also knows who his sibling is too. So you know who's going to be coming up to this school if you choose to do that. It's not like a police officer. Police doesn't know who you're related to or what nigga this. I'm just shooting a nigga. But that teacher knows. Exactly. Chris's brother was 8 years before him. He's gonna be up this school if something happens.
Yeah,
to
so
Chris.
the teacher would be dumb as hell.
The teacher is, I don't know if I want to deal with all that. The cop's gonna be I don't know.
Mike, I don't know. I might have to agree with him.
I think it's funny that you two are using this example when you two didn't go to the same school.
Right, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But I agree with it.
It doesn't matter though. Do you not know as a coach? Do you not know? Okay,
certain kids do
older brother. Our running back's older brother actually plays for.
So that
Minnesota
teacher's not going to shoot that kid.
And if something happened to him, he'd probably be back here asking questions.
You're also assuming that teachers actually probably more so than coaches.
Exactly.
Coaches
don't know shit, but a teacher should know more.
A coach
time out.
Right. You're right.
Coaches turn over a lot quicker than teachers. We're not union. We're not protected.
But are you not getting my...
I understand what you're saying.
Hold on, time out.
There's consequence. There's
I
a clear and utter
with
consequence.
Guns being in schools.
Listen.
Now, I'm not saying they should be. I'm just saying that if my daughter's teacher had a gun, I wouldn't feel a little more safe with her being in that classroom.
But I feel like coaches do know they don't know every student, but they know
they know enough. And if
they know their players.
My example is different because
shout out Mr. Brooks. I miss you. I love you. Canal Winchester, you better let me in the damn school if I want to see my old wrestling coach. That's all I'm going to say.
But Canal right now is one of the ones that got hit with. I think they had football. They had to go on break from football because I think their head coach got diagnosed with COVID.
You're lying.
No, completely serious.
You know this. So Canal Winchester got hit with COVID for real?
Yeah, the football team did. I think they only had. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so they may be back now. But I think they got hit.
What?
Yeah, I think it was the head coach that came down with it.
Do you remember the head coach's name?
Not off the top of my head. I used to know them a lot better when I was at the the private school that I coached at, we played Canal every year.
So hold up, you said you're a coach, right?
Yeah. I'm just a position coach now.
Position coach, but what elementary, middle school, high school, off.
So I coached at a Catholic school on Broad Street for almost 10 years.
Okay.
Coached at Linden for a year and I've been at Whitehall the last 3 years.
Well, like high school?
Huh?
You're a high school coach?
Yes,
like
sir.
Football player?
Yes.
Like,
I was a defensive coordinator for 4 or 5 years.
Right. I remember y'all talking about it all the time, but I didn't know you coached high school.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I switch the podcast a little bit and ask you a couple questions?
Absolutely.
How was it coaching high school kids?
I mean, I like it. The joke with my wife and I is that I never matured past high school anyway.
Right. So you just get to be in the locker room with the little bastards.
So I still laugh at the same shit that they do.
Right.
I will tell you, having been at a very privileged school and having been at kind of the lowest of the lowest.
Linden?
So I coached at Linden for a year.
Is that a high school too?
Yep, Linden McKinley.
So you coached a high school.
Yeah, so I coached at, I'll say it on here. I coached at St. Charles for almost 8 years.
Oh, I hate them up.
And you should.
Oh, I beat one of them. I beat one of them wide receivers asses. Man, listen.
It was probably while I was coaching there.
They was I don't know, but so I was a cornerback. I was a cornerback, right? The wide receiver. I got 5 yards to touch you. You know what I mean? He was getting pissed. He was, you keep touching me. I can't get nowhere. I'm like, nigga, that ain't my fault. That's your fault. Right. So there was a play that he said some shit. I was young, stupid. He said some crazy shit about my mom and everything. I was dumb. I took his helmet off, punched him, took my helmet off, hit him, and then my coach picked me up and was like, we got to do this the Indian way. We're from Canal, Winchester. We got to do this the Indian way. I was like, bro, you know who the fuck is this?
What's the Indian way?
Yeah, Canal, Winchester way. Nigga, I come from, don't know. I am not no Canal, Winchester boy. But I do mess with y'all. I mess with y'all. I love y'all. I am a Canal, Winchester Indian because I did almost get a scholarship for wrestling there, but when you talk shit, all that Canal, Winchester Indian bullshit flies out the window. But yeah, St. Charles, no, I could not stand them. I did not stand them. But hold on, where else did you coach
now
at?
You talk about me, you say some nigger shit or some shit like that, man, I'm going to jail.
So I do want to take a quick break for the chat real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So we got Uncle Dan chiming in.
My guy.
I was surprised.
Love you.
I'm surprised.
So Uncle Dan chimed in on the Baki conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Baki is voiced by Troy Baker, who is the same dude that plays Joel in the Last of Us series. Same voice actor.
Is Joel the main dude?
I think so. And then he did question whether a bystander with a gun makes you feel safe. It's a shame that all the evidence shows otherwise. But
Hold up. Hold up. Wait. Who was the voice actor? Who was the voice?
Troy Baker plays the voice of Baki.
He plays the voice of Baki?
And he's also the voice of Joel in The Last of Us.
He plays the Joel in, like, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's what he's saying.
Oh, I'm going to have to peep that.
And then your boy Malcolm.
Who's boy?
Your FB.
I guess that's a fuck
What
boy.
the hell Cliff wearing the green polka dot shorts?
Are they green in the camera?
And then somebody get my G together. That's what he said.
Listen, I know we ain't talking about your MD Animal style. I know we ain't talking about that.
I've heard of Malcolm a lot. Have I seen Malcolm?
Listen, Malcolm don't got too many shirts that don't have a collar. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm getting at.
Y'all be having
put together.
Y'all got internet people over here.
Nah, Malcolm.
You know Malcolm? He came to Grandma's.
I actually did. I know.
He was in the car with me and Blue when we came to Grandma's.
Oh, the light skinned dude.
That's why he said light skin coming back in style.
Oh.
All these light skin ever come back in style.
Listen,
I don't mean. Hold up, never mind. Hold up. I don't mean this, Malcolm.
I'm caramel.
I don't mean it.
What?
Cliff, my son, adopted son.
All right, Malcolm. Don't take this to offense. But last podcast I watched with when last podcast when Dad was here.
I'll be right back.
I thought y'all said he was like gay or something. He sounded gay.
No, that was the other dude, Jason.
Oh, okay, my fault.
That's Jay.
I mean, I have no problem with gay people.
No, we know. No. You don't have to say no, but that's my GJ. I'm surprised he ain't in the chat with his motherfucking ass. Jay,
are we taking a break?
Where your flamboyant ass, Jay?
Are we taking a break?
You can't. No, we ain't took one yet. But I mean, if you need to, we will in a second if you need to.
Oh, I said the cameraman gone.
Yeah, no, he just ran down to the bathroom with us.
Hold on, so are we live or we edit?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, we're live?
No, we don't edit nothing. This all goes on.
This is live. Oh, Tina asked how can she watch it?
She go to my page. Tell her to go to my page and click on the link. Ooh, yeah. Tell her to go to my page and click on the link. I don't think I shared it this week, but I'll share it real quick. I'll share it for everybody that yeah, I'm doing it right now. Tell her I'm doing it as we speak. There we go. Share it. Yeah, tell her go to my page and it's on there and she can click the link and just start it from the jump. Okay. But this isn't good entertainment, so
Right.
What were we what were we talking about last? I know that we were talking about the chat and
that
said
Baki
and
thing
shit.
and I forgot. Hold up, what was it?
I got some sports shit. And I also got some shit that I feel like Jay would be the best for this. Because I put under my miscellaneous category, I put Zoom meeting fails. And the only reason why I put that is because I've heard of two good ones. That one dude that thought he was logging off to beat his meat. And everybody in the meeting saw him.
What?
Motherfuckers. Yes. I put that down in the miscellaneous Zoom meeting fails. Man, I don't know. Like everybody was saying, like was it fake? Like was it like they was faking it? Like was it publicity? I don't know.
The dude who was starting to jack off.
Yeah, the white dude.
Yeah.
And then there was recently just a Mexican dude who logged out. Well, he didn't log out. He minimized his shit, thinking it closed out his camera, and he got in the shower with his laptop.
Why would you get in the shower with your laptop?
I know, right? What the fuck? Oh,
he was trying to take a shower while they was doing a meeting, and he took the laptop and set it on the shower so he could still talk, but he ended up holding it, and they saw his phone. Yeah.
See, that sounds more fake to me than the one that started. Yeah.
Now, see, they was talking about that he had a big ass dick though, so I feel like he was doing that on purpose.
Trying to show it off.
Yeah, honestly though.
I mean, if I had been there, I would too.
Not in a Zoom meeting.
I know, right?
Not in a.
I can prove it was an accident.
First of all, I don't want anybody at my job to see my dick. I don't want any problem. I don't want any problems at my job. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want no.
Yeah,
I don't want no.
fact.
Been there, done
Fact.
that. Been there, had relationship arguments at the job. That's some unacceptable shit. And if you're just showing cocks off to everybody in your Zoom meeting, that means you're probably gonna have a couple
Zoom meeting,
instant messages.
Hold on, are you talking about Zoom meeting,
Zoom?
Oh, that
not a Zoom.
I know what you're talking about.
Y'all got meetings at the Zoom? Do they do that in the tattoo shops? They don't do the meetings at the shop. They go to the zoo for the meeting.
I know what you're talking about.
Fuck.
I know what you're talking about.
The
And
Zoom,
that,
right?
that,
Like
since
Skype,
the pandemic came, yeah.
Right, like Facebook
By the
Messenger
way,
type shit.
I gotta jump in real quick. So.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Let's see.
Shit.
Malcolm I met Chris once before. He a cool dude. I'm weak. Chris,
Oh yeah.
You get donkey of the day, my dude. Doe. LOL. And then
get
Slade,
donkey?
Slade the Great joins in.
My G.
He said, "What's good? I finally caught all
He gave
y'all."
you donkey today. He said you a fool.
And then Jake chimes in, of course, because we're talking about jacking off on Zoom meetings. He says, aye, beat and meat, I came at the right time. My interest is piqued. And then Slade said there was one brother that got drafted with his shirt off.
There was what happened? What Slade say?
He said there was one brother that got drafted with his shirt off.
Ooh.
I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I hope not me, because I ain't get drafted anywhere. And if I did, I missed that motherfucking signing bonus. Nigga, send that shit back round. Spin me right round.
Malcolm's making fun of Chris for saying zoo.
Zoo, right. Zoo meeting.
I'm making fun.
Man,
Hold up.
man.
All the tattoo artists meet up in the gorilla cages and they have a meeting.
What about Slade chiming in?
That's my G, man. Listen, don't talk to me until you schedule PTO and let me know when we
having you on.
Listen, you're on punishment, sir.
So what else we got? Talk about Zoom meetings. I come back, y'all talk about Zoom meetings and jacking off on Zoom meetings.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of Zoom fails. I didn't get all of them. I saw the jack off one, the Mexican dude in the shower, and there was one other
There's
one.
There's
that
one that's like
saw.
a girl she's going to pee.
Is that what it was?
She had a
There
phone.
was one other one I saw. I can't remember what it was.
That was like the first. That was the first one.
That might be it, because that's not really. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like, if I was on that meeting, I'd be like, okay, she's taking a piss. So what?
Right.
Back to the...
Unless you're a thirsty dude.
Right. Back to work. Back to the work at hand. She's taking a piss. Okay. The fuck? Right. This isn't a Chinese in-toilet porn thing.
So any Corona porn updates?
Are there still?
There are.
I mean, that's what
Give us one. Share.
Don't expose me like that.
Listen, I give one every week. I just haven't given one for the past, 3 weeks?
There be like little fucking shit where they be cutting the whole.
That's how you know that's my brother. That's how you know that's my brother. Fools agree, motherfucker. Give me some. Give me some. Quick. You better not leave me out here, motherfucker. That is, listen. And the people saw it organically.
Time out.
And the people saw it organically.
Why most of them be Asian?
Man.
I'm done with this nigga here.
Hold up.
I'll take him home. Tina, come get him. Tina, come get him. He's
for $20, my girl Asian
send
too.
Chris home now.
Listen, I'm done. I'm done with him.
My girl's Asian too, so that's not a racist comment.
Oh no, it wasn't racist.
Yeah,
but it's real.
I was about to say
it's real.
I was about to say my next wasn't about to be racist. I was about to say it was accurate.
Hey, cause trust me, I watch a lot of porn. Cause I don't give a fuck. My girl knows too. I don't care. But like I said,
who cares?
It's either the
Asians
when you're with the coronavirus mask or it's the Latinos with the.
No, I seen a white girl with the whole cut, just how you said. That was the.
That's just because they just trying to get trendy. They want to fit in.
They're what is it called? What is it called? They're appropriating. Culture appropriation. COVID culture appropriate. God damn, we can't have Black Lives Matter, COVID porn, nothing with y'all motherfuckers cutting holes in our system.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to rewatch this.
That's my nigga,
self.
Man. That is the fun.
Well, when you rewatch it, do me a favor. Share it.
Oh hell yeah!
Like it, subscribe to
it. I'm sharing this one. I don't think I can share it to my boss.
I will say so just an update. We are definitely live on Facebook, which is good. I think that's
Hopefully my boss is watching.
I don't know about Twitch yet though. I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, I know yours is.
I know he gonna riff me the whole time.
Mine's probably gonna laugh as well as she's submitting the termination papers. And
we'll see how long Facebook lets us choose though, because
and I'm
it
like,
says
do what
you have
gotta
to be.
Do, baby.
Facebook says you have to be like a gaming content creator.
No.
And so I just dropped in.
Twitch.
So that's Twitch. Well, no, but Facebook says in order to do this,
so
you have to do the same thing.
controller. hand me an Xbox.
But you have to tell them what game
Bow.
you're streaming. So I just
Nigga,
typed in.
Do fools agree?
I just typed in noise.
There you go.
I guess that's a game. I don't know.
He's streaming noise, baby.
I put this in the
Get over. We getting over on the.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, it worked at least the first time. We'll see if it keeps working.
Well, we know what to do.
I don't know. What else we got?
Cam Newton to the Pats.
You did say that.
We didn't talk about that last week. I think that's very interesting.
Cam Newton to the Pats.
Listen, you said
and
it's not that
taking
deep.
a league minimum deal for a vet.
I think there's a reason behind that.
Is he hurt? Is he just always hurt?
I don't think so. Did you see the video?
What video? No.
The video
so
that he
obviously
released about him in the weight room.
Mm-mm.
Talking about everybody underestimating him, and he said, "Listen, to everybody that he said the antelope, he said the gorilla, he said everybody make noise in the jungle, but he said there's one motherfucker that when he opened his mouth, everybody shut up." He said he that one motherfucker. He the lion. He said he the lion. He said he about to show. He said he's sick of being humble. He's sick of keeping his mouth shut.
I mean, honestly, if he can work with Belichick, I have no doubt.
This is a perfect position for him.
Now, I also want him to fucking fail horribly because I'm a Buffalo Bills fan.
I don't think he will. Just for the simple fact that if you look at the two styles.
Nah, he needs to burn.
If you look at the two styles.
I already made my statement, Cliff. When Brady left the Pats, the Bills became the best team in the AFC East.
Well, I already made my statement.
So he needs to fail.
Saying that was not the case.
You're wrong.
I feel like Cam Newton is coming to the one program that fits him perfectly. Cam Newton and Tom Brady's passing were the exact same for the past couple years.
Slade agrees with you.
Neither one of them threw downfield. I don't remember ever seeing Brady never threw downfield.
He don't throw downfield.
He doesn't.
He's old and his shoulder hurts.
He will not throw.
Kind of the same as Derek Carr.
Brady,
He's about 40 years old now.
But Derek Carr didn't have an excuse. Brady does.
Because he's old.
But what I'm saying is Brady doesn't throw no pass over 25 yards. Same as Cam Newton. Only difference is Cam Newton's mobile. Even if he's hurt, he's mobile.
But the flip side of that is, so do we think that, well...
That's more dangerous.
But here's my point.
Short passes and takeoffs?
What's the quarterback for Baltimore Ravens? Number 8.
Corner or quarter?
Quarterback.
Flacco?
No, it's
Baltimore
not Flacco
Ravens,
anymore.
that black dude.
Not Leftwich.
See, I don't.
Leftwich.
Byron's
big ass.
I don't watch too much Baltimore Ravens.
But that's who it reminds me of.
I don't watch too much Baltimore
It's not
Ravens.
Jameis. It's
Jackson.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah.
He's a mobile.
That's no. I was thinking of.
Hey, he's a mobile quarterback too.
I was thinking of the Panthers. Who's the Panthers' backup black dude? He's big like a Byron Leftwich, but he's
That's not.
He was the Panthers' backup. He's not. He wasn't recently. I can't think of his name though.
So this is This will be a good intro to our one of our debates around NFL versus college because I got nothing here.
Damn, I can't think of his name.
But the question is can Belichick adapt his system to a mobile quarterback?
He didn't have to. I don't think he has to. I don't think he has to at all. You keep that exact same system, and you give him the keys.
Freedom.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If you don't see anything coming, Cam, take off.
1, 2, 3,
but I want
take off.
Because every pass is a two-step drop. He doesn't. So if you take 3, go. Don't even take the third. Go.
I feel like the coach shouldn't try to dictate what the quarterback.
Well, it's Belichick though.
But here's the thing though. You use kind of
Lamar
just like,
Jackson.
Okay, I know this is like a big. I know this is like a different whole subject, but like in the tattoo world, you let your machine do the work. Your machines are your players.
Right.
So you let your players do the work. If you get that player in their best fit, do the playbook.
But you also don't set up. But you also don't set up your tattoo machine and let it go. you still have to take your machine and guide it how you want it to work.
True.
So that's the same thing Belichick has
to a certain extent. To a certain extent.
Right. You have to let the machine do its work too.
Yeah.
But you're the one pulling the lines. You're just working together.
You're giving that playbook. You're giving that playbook, showing them the ropes.
Not being an offensive coach, but being a defensive coach. I have always subscribed to the philosophy of, especially when I was a defensive coordinator, you don't adapt the players to the scheme, you adapt the scheme to the players. And that's a very clear distinction in terms of my personal preference when I run a defense is a 3-4.
I would if it's not Belichick.
It is a 3-4 defense. I have run a 3-4, I've run a 4-4, I've run a 4-3.
Right.
Exactly.
All based on my players that I had available.
Right. And that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying is, does Belichick's system, and maybe it does, in terms of the fact that he is all 2- and 3-step drops and getting rid of it quick and just nickel and diming down the field, because you can do that in the pros. That doesn't work as well in college and in high school.
No.
Because you don't have that accuracy.
Right. And
but in the pros,
you got to give them room.
Does 3-step drop mechanics work with a scrambling quarterback?
Yes.
I feel like a scrambling quarterback works better with down the field and trying to do 5-step drops and being able to scramble.
That's where you work together.
Listen though, that's the difference between Cam. Cam was never send them down the field and either get the pass off or run it. Yeah, Cam was, I'm going to get these slants and these shits off. If they pass me, I'm taking off.
Okay.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying?
That is
Cam didn't need enough time to. Cam knew if he was going to take off as soon as he hiked the ball and saw where everybody was going.
As soon as he got his,
I'm either going to go or I'm going to pass.
He took his first read.
Right.
And was out. Okay.
And I feel like that's his superpower as a quarterback.
But that's what I'm saying. But hold up. That's what I'm saying. Like I was telling you. Like, you have to guide.
For Belichick's
all right, so exactly like you said. Like, I understand what you were saying about you have to guide the machine and all that. But guess what? You're going to show him the plays to guide him on the plays that you want. But
I see what you're saying.
But you're going to have that machine work through it at a certain
extent.
Because now you got to make adjustments.
And you're right, too.
You got to make adjustments.
Speaking to what you're saying, the only difference is Belichick doesn't change anything with his playbook, but adds option.
He adds read option.
So all the passes.
He has zone read. He adds
working. And then he runs the same playbook.
Actually, you know what it should open up for him? And this is because, Jeff, love you, have studied under you in terms of the spread offense. It's running zone read and running zone bubble or zone bubble slant. It's running that zone read cross action, coming up and throwing the slant or coming up and throwing the bubble.
And then you're going to see a lot more play actions
and then he's going to be able to keep and take off.
Exactly. You're going to see a lot more. And Patriots running game wasn't bad last year.
Yeah.
So if you see a lot more
they always have a good offensive line.
Right. If you see a lot more play actions with that.
Cam Newton's going to the Patriots.
He's there. Ain't no going.
Okay, so I feel like, bro, that would be a good team.
Now
I have a flip side question for you. Go ahead. Do you want to go first? Are you okay with me going first?
You can go first before you forget, because I'll have mine.
So, who has a better likelihood of making the playoffs?
That's why I said.
Is it Cam and the Patriots or Brady and the Bucks? Is that on your paper?
Yes, it is.
I think Cam Newton got it.
Now listen. We had a short conversation about this in the tattoo shop today.
We did. I feel like
Brady is coming into more weapons.
Agreed.
Like as far as receivers.
But I always feel like the Patriots, although they have weapons, they don't have weapons.
The Patriots have everything
they
need.
Develop weapons.
They have everything they need
they work together.
Listen, this is where it gets
and that's where Mike.
Listen,
that's where Slade and Malcolm are both.
This is where it gets. Listen, this is where it gets interesting. All right. So I feel like, and then I'm gonna read from the paper for this. Not read from, but. So I feel like Cam to the Pats is the perfect way to ease racial tension.
There are a lot of people saying that it's not, specifically for the reason that Cam has been handed a minimum contract.
Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
What other veteran quarterback would take a minimum contract?
Listen. That's definitely racist because we all know the Pats.
He is not the worst quarterback in the NFL.
We all know the Pats is an all-white team.
He's basically making as much as fucking Mariota right now.
We all know the Pats have always been an all-white team. They've even had white running backs. Blasphemy to the sport of football. Aside from Christian McCaffrey. Aside from Christian McCaffrey and Mike Allstott, blasphemy white quarterbacks to the sport of football.
Got Russians
Wait,
too,
quarterbacks or running backs?
Running backs.
Because
I say quarterback?
You did say quarterback.
I said Mike Allstott and Christian McCaffrey.
I understand, but you said quarterbacks as well.
I fuck with him for
I said running backs first, though.
I feel like Cam Newton and him, if he's still at the Patriots, I'll be the dopest duo.
So
who's the number 11 dude? Jarokowski?
He's not.
No, he's on the Patriots.
No.
Number 11.
No. First of all, you're thinking of 87. You're thinking of the tight end, John Kowski.
11. Starts with a G. His last name starts with a G.
Oh, then that's
His
not
name
him
is
Godwin? Goodwin.
That might be it.
11.
So, he's like a little short slot receiver.
Malcolm saying Mike Evans, Marquise Goodwin, and Gronkowski and Brady.
No, that's Tampa.
That's
Tampa. Chris is talking about New England.
Okay. Sorry.
New England.
You're either thinking of Edelman.
That's it. I think that's it.
Not 11.
I think that's it.
But that's who you're thinking of.
That
Edelman.
Look that up.
It's not 11, but you're thinking of Edelman. And is he still with the Pats?
I don't fucking know.
If he is, that's going to be Cam Newton's number 1 receiver. For sure. He's going to hit him on screens, wide receiver screens, quick slants, posts, and flags to the outside. No downfield.
Julian Francis Edelman. Number 11.
He wasn't 11, though.
I got nothing.
Right, but he wasn't 11, though. The year that he caught the pass.
Look at it. What does that say?
Right, but the year that he caught the pass that everybody thought he dropped. He was 87 or 80, not 87, 80.
Oh, he was.
Yes, I'm not.
He changed numbers.
Exactly.
He did change numbers. That's right. That's right. No.
And I apologize. I didn't know he was. I apologize too. I didn't know he was. 11.
He was 87. He was
that
87
year that he caught that ball and everybody thought it touched the ground. He was 80.
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I know.
I don't know what the number was.
Was that a Super Bowl? I think it was a Super Bowl.
Yeah. It was. That changed the Super Bowl.
He was 87.
It was the Super Bowl before last. Wasn't this last one against the Saints or not? The Saints, the Rams.
He switched his shit like 11 to like 3 years ago, probably like 4.
But yeah, you're right. Then
3-4.
You're right. But yeah, that will be Cam Newton's number 1 receiver. If
I bet it would. That nigga's a dog.
No question asked.
He is a dog.
No question asked. That will be his number 1 receiver.
Dog.
He'll be catching screens, wide receiver screens.
He's the best at it. He's
flags.
a short little. Is he Russian?
Malcolm disagrees. He says Edelman is played out now. I don't think so. I think he left.
No, I think he might have left.
He might have left. He might have left. But he is not played out.
He's going to be his number 1. No, he's not played out.
Gronk wore 87, by the way.
Yeah, Gronk did. Yeah. That's why I said I knew it was 80-something. But yeah, no, Gronk wore
87. It was 87.
It wasn't. It was Gronk wore 87.
So anything left on this one?
Yeah. Hold up. Because I didn't explain.
Oh, okay.
Cam is going to ease racial tension for that fact alone. It's almost like, so there was just a conversation, and I know this is completely left field, and it goes to a completely different realm, but coming back to boxing, there was a boxer, you know who he is, Gervonta Tank Davis.
Oh.
He was the youngest champion, aside from Mike Tyson. The championship fight he took, he only got paid $75,000.
Really? You only got paid $75,000?
He took a $75,000.
I feel like if Floyd Mayweather was, I feel like they was in this, bro.
This was just him being hungry. He said, "Oh, it's an opportunity at a championship. I don't care what you're paying me. Give it to me. I want the championship."
Because that's
he knew he was going to win.
But that's smart though.
Sometimes
that's smart though. That's
exactly.
Smart, though.
Listen,
like you said, marketing.
Sometimes you have to take the least money.
Have to take that leap of faith.
What you got.
Have to take that leap of faith.
And that's what Cam Newton's doing right now. Now, the only reason why I say he's going to be the racial, like he's going to bring us all together is because the Pats are America's team.
True.
That's America's team.
True.
And if you have America's team run by a black quarterback and the engine's running strong, America's behind that. Regardless of how dark that quarterback is. Regardless of how nappy his hair is or what dreads he got, they're going to be behind that black quarterback.
Hell yeah. Like Chris Jones.
Period, point blank. And I feel like he came into a situation that works well for him. So it's going to end up being a situation where it brings the country together. Now, I say that to say this. Tom Brady has gone from America's team to America's team. Right, you asked me that question. Your eyes asked me the question. Allow my lips to answer it for you.
I'm listening.
America thinks they're patriots. They're really Buccaneers. You feel what I'm saying?
Or pirates.
Not even thinking like that. I'm thinking more so the place. You think you're prestigious and political from upstate.
Nah, they wildin'.
No, you're downstairs Florida crazy is what you are. You're downstairs Florida racist is what you are. And that's what Tom did. He left America's team to show America who they really are. Buccaneers. Not Patriots.
It's like
Buccaneers.
a motherfucker.
Right.
It's a pirate.
Now you got the nigga, right, that accepted the low pay to fight for his country. And then you got the white boy who's the all-time soldier who left his country to go fight for who he felt comfortable
For the
with.
pirates.
The Confederates. You know what I mean?
The
The people that this country is
Well,
more so like.
Kind of like how some of the higher.
Right, it's like
Like
you
the rating like the cops. They
Right.
know. Let's go here.
It's like a girl. It's like a guy. It's like you think you're a dime. You're really a six, bro.
Right.
You think you're a patriot. You're really a buccaneer, bro. Let's stop acting like you're not a patriot. You're a buccaneer. We live in a buccaneer country, and that's why we're failing. Once we get back to patriots, we may succeed again. But maybe that means we need a black quarterback to do so.
To do it. I hear you.
Full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
Round it up.
Full circle. Let's go.
That's real. That's real.
That's the way I see it. Speaking of racism, Washington Redskins.
You ignorant.
Stupid.
What are they going to change their names to? What are they going to change their names to?
Nothing. They need to keep it the same.
So
They need to keep that shit the same. What they gonna change their name to?
But it's racist.
But they will. They will. And
Washington Redskins.
Redskin is like.
Y'all know,
It's
yeah,
not
I know,
like
yeah,
nigger.
yeah,
Nothing's like
yeah,
nigger.
yeah.
But Redskin is like coon.
No, it's like an Indian.
Like you're a coon.
It's an Indian term.
It's an Indian
close.
slur. It's like
Yeah.
coon.
Exactly.
Like you're a coon. You're a black monkey.
Exactly.
You're a redskin.
I know. But
What are they going to change it to, though? What are you going to change it to?
we're not at that level
I mean,
yet.
the flip side of that is there's anything they could change it to, and it would be.
We ain't at that level yet.
Washington Black Lives Matter cover-uppers.
The joke I saw was the Redskins should just change their names to the Washington Black Lives, because then racists will have something to be upset about with regards to NFL team names.
It makes sense. It makes sense. You can't
Malcolm's
beat it.
chiming in with the white skins.
Oh, hell no. Well, what's the purpose?
But that would be wrong,
We
because
went from
they're
the
not.
Redskins to the white skins. Like, what?
I
I'm
mean,
not
for
gonna- I'm
real,
not
you
gonna
could change them to
that.
literally.
Here we go.
There are
All lives matter
1,000.
skins.
There are 1,000
There you
mascots out there that you could change it to.
Hold up.
I mean, the one that they've been talking about here in
I'm
Ohio.
come up with a clever ass name for this shit.
What you got?
Yeah, let's go. Think about it while we talk.
The
You
Cleveland Indians. The clever name was the Cleveland Buckeyes. Why don't you just call
Oh
them
no,
the
I got
Buckeyes?
it. Washington Allskins.
All skins.
Washington Allskins.
You know what though? Like,
In all racism.
yeah, you know what?
But no,
That's
you
not-
just
Washington
move
Allskins.
around. You move away
That's
from
free,
it entirely.
that's-
Why don't
that's
you just
catchy.
do like an animal name?
I mean, listen, I'm not gonna
animal.
hate. I'm not
Washington
gonna hate on that.
Allskins. There you go.
I could get on board with that. Though.
Washington Allskins.
I could get on board.
Hold up,
with
Washington
that.
Allskins.
But then you would have to change the colors. You have to change. Like, you can't change the name without changing everything.
Without it being red and yellow.
Right.
So what could
rainbow colors? I know. I'm just kidding.
That's the Columbus flavor towns.
Oh my, bro!
No, we already talked about
I'm not going.
We already talked about this.
I'll move.
No, we already talked about this.
That,
if you're going to change the name of Columbus, it's Buckeye City. We've already decided.
Buckeye City, yeah. Not Flavor Town.
Realm
Not
told us that
Town.
10 years ago.
Not Flavor
I agree.
Town.
And nobody remembers who Realm is, but that's fine.
I agree. I got one more sports question after we get through with this, but let's keep
But
going.
who else what do we else we got? Hey, chat, what do you got in terms of changing the name of the Washington Redskins?
When did we get
Listen, the way
the Washington Arrowheads, the Washington Generals, the Washington
Arrowheads. There you go.
Arrowheads will work.
Because
Arrowheads will work.
But the problem is that Kansas City is Arrowhead
back in what?
Stadium.
Was it the 80s? Was it the 80s or 90s where they had the arrow hit on their helmet?
I think that was the Chiefs.
That was the Chiefs.
Oh,
Kansas
was it?
City.
Yeah,
No,
it's
was
Kansas
it?
City Chiefs.
No,
Yes,
you
it
are right.
was.
No, he's right. No, he
No,
was
did
right.
the Redskins
yeah,
have it too?
He's right.
It was the Redskins.
No, wait. I think you're thinking
Yeah,
of Florida State.
No, I'm talking about. Oh.
Yeah, I think you're thinking of Florida State.
I mean, the joke was,
Okay.
why do
Yeah,
you
I
call
think
them the
you're thinking-
Washington
With the arrow?
Orange
Okay,
Skins?
okay.
And it's
Because
just
back in the day, they were a lighter color, and
No,
they did
that
still
is
have
the-
a,
no, that's
Indian
the-
face on it.
That's the Redskins, bro. It had to
Where's
be.
Michael Taylor? Is he in that? Well, he probably didn't pay the dollar. He might be watching, but he probably didn't.
But
pay
no,
the dollar.
if you're on and you're listening and you want to chime in, hit us up in the YouTube chat. The YouTube chat shows up on the screen too.
We need him.
So, like Uncle Dan just figured that out. He said, "Oh, Boomer Win made it into the chat."
Who's Boomer win?
Uncle Dan. He said.
Oh, he just figured it
He
out.
figured out
Yeah.
that he could comment
Bro,
in the
it's
chat.
the Redskins.
It was the Redskins.
1965.
So who else?
And
What else we
Arrow.
got for the Redskins?
He might be right, but I thought.
Look, these are all the Redskin logos. 19.
You know what they said is that they should just name them
It
the
was
Orange
them.
Skins, and it should just be pictures
That's
of
the
Trump on the
Washington
helmet.
Redskins. Bro, I swear.
I think you got lucky there.
No,
I think you got lucky on that.
no,
Yes.
no. See, it's right here too.
Because if I'm being
Washington
honest, that
Redskins
doesn't-
iron logo, nigga. Like, bro. That was the Washington Redskins logos
Okay.
on their helmet. I remember
thought that
playing.
was the
I
Chiefs,
play a
but
bunch
that's
of
fair.
Madden, man. I play a bunch of Madden, and I know there is no. If it's a college team,
Malcolm
yeah,
says
there
Arrowhead
is
still
a-
seems racist towards Native Americans.
Why?
Washington
Malcolm
Kings.
wouldn't know he's white.
that's not racist.
That's not
I mean, I guess if you want to spear
Now
chucker
the
is
question-
racist.
Now the question.
I don't think you can get away with
Well,
Washington
spear chucker would be
chuckers.
more us than
No,
them.
it's
No,
Indian. Spear
natives
chuckers.
would be sending arrows more than they'd be chucking spears. We're the spear chuckers.
What, the African?
Yes, the Zulu Nation.
Oh,
we're the spear
facts.
chuckers.
By the way, I
What
used to
about
break dance
Washington
Zulu
Nation? Just calling them the
I'm
nation.
not a Zulu
But
king,
I feel like
but
then
I
you would have
respect
to
them.
change the name, or you have to change the colors, and now we're more in Patriots land, where you would have to go red, white, and blue.
Why?
Well, I feel like any Washington, if you go away from Indian, has to be red, white, and blue. Why the fuck is Boston red, white, and blue?
Boston
I don't
Tea
know.
Party.
So
That's
be
where
brown.
the Patriots were born.
So be brown.
Facts.
The birth of the nation.
That's not what that means. But I hear what you're saying.
So the birth of the nation was the Tea Party, is what you're saying?
The Boston Tea Party?
No, that was what kicked the shit off.
Right.
Wasn't the birth of the nation, though.
It's what started
If that's
the
the
revolution.
case, then why isn't Boston the capital of the United States?
Actually, this is so. Pause. This is why I said I wanted to talk about Hamilton, and you said you hadn't watched Hamilton. You should watch Hamilton. The whole reason why Washington, D.C. is the capital of the United States is that was a way to placate the South after the Revolutionary War to keep them in line in terms of voting for
Right.
things that the North wanted.
Okay, so why didn't you move the Patriots?
To Washington? That's a good question. You can keep giving me the... It's not going to change the reality.
The reality is
you keep giving
Washington
me
the reality is Washington is the capital. If anything,
but you can be a patriot and not live in the capital.
If anything, it makes more sense for the Washington to be Redskins.
Let's
hell no.
Keep going.
This is Indian country. Regardless of if white folks conquered it, this is Indian country. The capital of this is still Indian country, regardless of how you try to cut it.
By the way, did you see Oklahoma has been declared half native land?
That's why I feel like we should war on the White House right now, as black folks. Oh, you just wanna keep tossing all the bait around us, huh? Oh, we'll give the Indians this and we'll give that, but what have we gotten since this has happened? And we're still out here. So I feel like, time to stop talking and start firing.
I'm gonna throw this brush.
What else? All right, so do we have anything else on the... any other ideas on the Redskins?
Are you sure?
What's he asking? Yeah, go.
Yeah, no.
You don't have to ask. Just leave. Trust me, Cliff leaves all the time.
Fucking elementary school. You want me to give you a hall pass, motherfucker? Take your ass
well,
out.
the chat didn't help us out, so I don't know that we came up with a new name.
I feel like it has to be Indian.
So what is a non-racist?
I feel like
Indian
the arrowheads. I feel like he said, the arrowheads. There's nothing racist about arrowheads. The only difference is...
See, Malcolm disagreed. Malcolm said it still seems racist.
Malcolm doesn't even know about his own culture. Malcolm doesn't know about his own Nazi culture. What I'm saying is... What I'm saying is arrowhead is only offensive. Not even offensive. But every Indian could be considered arrowhead. You know what I mean? Not that you are an arrowhead, but that's a part of your culture. So what?
Well, in my mind, arrowhead is not a person. Arrowhead is the head of an arrow.
Right. So my whole thing is this. The reason why that wouldn't work is because what differentiates Shawnee and Cherokee? Those are warring tribes.
Right.
And we can't both be represented by an arrowhead if we're opposites. In Cherokee is East Coast.
If you change the name to Washington Natives,
it's still arrowhead.
Is that racist? Is that racist?
It's not racist, but you could be talking about my rival. You could be talking about my sworn enemy.
True.
And
which is why I think they should go to like the there's no Tigers in the NFL. Go to the Washington Tigers.
Well,
the Bengals.
No, see, this is how it works though, because the Kansas City Chiefs is general as well.
Yeah.
And all they did was take a general symbol and put it on there.
Yeah.
The issue is that when you do Washington Redskins, that is general, but it's a general derogatory term. Now the question then becomes...
Well, the question is Chiefs and Indians. Is that also derogatory? But yeah.
Right, but what differentiates between this tribe and this tribe? Because this tribe...
Well, do you want to differentiate? Do you want to be tribe specific at that point? Which is why I say you go away from that altogether and you just pick a different animal.
Then
Washington Dragons.
Then
you are a Buffalo Bill fan.
Then are we going to change the Kansas City Chiefs as well? Because I'd be damned if the only thing that represents Indian is somebody of a warring tribe. I'm not going to root for the Indians if you're an Indian that we were at war with. So if Kansas City gets their Indian, what does the East Coast Indian get?
Yeah, I hear you.
Because they're two different things.
Yeah.
That's deep.
West Coast Indians are more Mexican. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's more Mexican, California,
but at that point,
Arizona.
Again, this is why I go
East Coast.
Just change it to a different name. The Washington Wolves.
All skin Indians.
But then, once again, what are you going to do with the Chiefs?
Well, I would say
I'm not going to allow you to keep my warring tribe if I don't have representation as well. That's what I'm saying. When we get
you can have the Kansas City Blue Jays for all I care.
When we get into the whole representation thing, that's where.
But that's my whole thing. Don't represent any people in it. Make it all animals or all mythological creatures.
Take out the Patriots. You feel what I'm saying? Then you have to take out everything.
Fair. I hear what you're saying on that front.
That's what.
I got you.
We're just so soft. I feel like we should drop a bomb on the United States that takes out all the soft people.
I don't know that you can say that on the podcast.
I feel like we should drop a bomb on the world that takes out...
What we did, that was World War II.
We sound like... You about to make this podcast sound like a terrorist attack.
Right. Well, I feel like that's why we're so weak right now, is because there's so many soft people out here that feel like they have a say. You don't. You don't. You're soft. You're not standing up, so sit down. If you're not standing up, sit down and shut the fuck up.
So I have a couple that are coming in from the chat. Let's see.
I think I left mine.
Uncle Dan chiming in with Washington mofos. I like that. Malcolm always calling you a hater. He says he's upset because he was named after the big red dog.
That's just how they acknowledge me, but my surname is where
dog.
I get my strength. So,
and then Slade's chiming in with the natives are going to come get y'all. Y'all keep calling them Indians.
Motherfucker, we them. We them, Mike. We going to come get ourselves?
Oh, man. Washington trigger warnings.
Who said that?
Uncle Dan.
I love the fuck out of him, man.
Washington trigger warnings. Hey, that ain't bad.
I love the fuck out of him. I need to come. Do y'all still do the dungeons?
Yeah, we do Dungeons and Dragons every Saturday.
I gotta do that.
Dungeons.
Stop by tomorrow, man. We got it going.
For real?
Well, I don't know. Uncle Dan, can
talking about Dungeons
can Cliff
and Dragons?
come by and do it?
What y'all talking about?
Dungeons and Dragons.
I play every week.
I've never played before, but
Chris.
Yeah,
hey,
I've never played before, but I would definitely.
I would try it. I've always wanted to.
So maybe
you don't play Dungeons and Dragons.
Then maybe.
Yeah, he has his own board.
Wait. Pause.
He has his own board.
No way, bro. This was off of Stranger Things, bro. I would definitely play this shit.
I would too. I don't know nothing about it, but I would do it.
I know about it from TV shows.
So from that, I just handed Chris my dice tray from D&D.
And this is where this is probably where the best crab plays.
Listen,
I tell you what,
you
the
get
thing
them
is,
the niggas, and they gonna come up with a new game to gamble. Oh, we're gonna find a way to gamble with those.
Uncle Dan chiming in with hell yeah.
Epic.
What I will say is, I bet if I ask Uncle Dan, he'll run a game.
What the fuck is this?
Just for us. That's a D100. It's a 100-sided dice.
So how the fuck do you roll it? And
you roll it, and whatever it lands on, it's a percentage.
What land
thing.
on 6 fucking different damn?
No, you can tell if it's one.
37, 27, 57, 83. How do I know?
No, he's talking about the.
No,
one,
if it's
one,
flat, the one at the top.
Right, the very one. It's all flat. You can see it's flat, Chris.
No, but I mean, he has to be on a flat surface
right.
to be able
you
to tell what's on top.
57.
Oh.
Yeah.
The top number. Right. The top number.
So yes, my family and I play every weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna say I'm not interested. Listen, I would even LARP if I knew people that did it. I would do that. You think I wouldn't?
Yeah, no,
So,
I would definitely would.
So
I got my
the
card
deal.
now. I'll definitely come over and
Here's
play
the
with
deal.
you.
I'm trying to get.
You're weird like me.
Here's the deal. I'm trying to get my brother to do it. Why don't I get the three of us and my brother to do it, and we'll see if Uncle Dan would run a game for us.
I would love
and
that.
He says he would do that.
I would love
Hold
that.
on, so I seen it, so I can spit fireballs and shit. So.
Well, it depends on your character. there are rules. There are rules and all that kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Fireballs and shit.
What I would do if we decided we wanted to play a game, and trust me, we should fucking record it if we do it.
I want to
record it.
I want to be the wizard.
There you go. He wants to be a wizard.
I don't want to be the wizard.
I typically play as a
No.
fighter.
Hold on, is there a warrior in this shit? Is there a warrior in this shit?
Yeah, there's a.
Oh, the nigga, I'm the warrior.
Rangers, which are ranged weapons.
I'll be the ranger. I'm sniping heads. I'm sniping heads.
I want to be up close and comfortable. I want to be
hitting. I'm close.
I want to be.
Well, you would want to be a fighter.
I want to be
like me.
You
would be. So I typically play as a fighter.
Yeah, no.
But I'm also ready to play something else now.
I want you to look at me, motherfucker. Dab you in your stomach.
I want to play that though.
So Uncle Dan says he's up for it. So what I will say is,
every Sunday?
let's get a.
I'm with that.
We'll do.
I'm with it. Oh, I'm with it for sure.
We'll do.
I got my license.
We'll do a one shot.
Come up here.
We'll do a one shot.
This old motherfucker talking about he got his license.
Right.
Oh, by the way,
you old bastard.
We'll do a one shot.
You should have been had your license years ago.
So Uncle Dan, start thinking about a one shot that'll get Cliff and Chris and Matt into doing a game of D&D.
How many people
I would
can
love
play?
to. I would love to try it.
So our weekly game is, let's see, there's me, there's my cousin Samantha.
Same place too?
Yeah, Becca, Co, Tracy, Caleb.
How many people can play this
myself, and Uncle Dan. So
I don't know.
We have a game master, and we have, I think, 7 to 8 people that actually play in the game.
So you can play with 7 to 8 people.
Yeah, my uncle is the one that runs the game.
Is it teams?
No, so what it is my uncle runs the game. It's basically my uncle is telling a story, and we're taking part in the story.
He's basically the narrator.
So it's like a role play.
Yeah, exactly. Right. It's a role playing game.
Oh,
so think about it in terms of like Fallout or Mass Effect or shit like that, where
I played all the Fallout.
The thing is
I beat Fallout 3 without dying.
We all play the same game. We're all the companion characters in that shit.
I quit every single
time.
time.
Instead of the game being the game, my uncle's the one telling the story.
No, because I was gonna beat the fucking game without dying.
That's different though.
No, it's realistic. No, I'm talking about like every single time I die. And trust me, Tina will tell you, you will never beat a game. You will never beat a game because you just think that you're the shit running around. Think you ain't gonna die in the fucking video game? Yeah, because I'm trying to fucking make it like real life. If I die right now, am I gonna come back to life? Fuck no. I'll run Skyrim. And if I die that one
Skyrim,
time, if I die one time, I don't care. I'm gonna start the fuck over because
Chris and I are about to be
I got
best
one
friends.
life, nigga. You think I'm out?
Wait!
I got OCD with that shit.
Did Chris and I just become best friends?
Hell yeah.
Wait. Pineapple Express. Pineapple Express.
I was going Step Brothers, but yes.
Okay. That is that. Yeah. See, I was thinking at the end of Pineapple Express.
Oh, you fuck with Skyrim too, man? Skyrim is. Nigga, you run around like Dragon Ball. You got map powers.
None of that. I don't know.
I played ESO too, and that was way more. Man, I'm a gamer. Yo.
I'm a gamer.
If I ain't, but I'm a nerdy. I'm a nerdy gamer. I'm sorry, we might be nerds. We might be nerds.
Well,
yeah,
no,
because we nerds.
Games.
So
hold up. We nerds.
I don't even
we
like
nerds. We are. It's okay.
I might be black and I might have all these tattoos, but
we nerds.
Don't get it twisted. I have a nerd inside.
Grand Theft Auto. I hate Grand Theft Auto.
I don't hate it, but I don't want to spend too much time on it because I don't
like. I do Assassin's Creed before I do Grand Theft Auto.
Well, but what I would say,
you got me hip to Assassin's Creed.
I like.
What I would say is Assassin's Creed is actually not too far from role playing.
You got me.
It is role. No.
There are
Assassin's Creed is straight role playing.
It
is because you're playing a dude in a simulator.
It's a little more action adventure than role playing.
But
I agree with you.
Because you're playing the synthetic dude from his like ancestry.
Right.
You're playing exactly. So it's all role play.
Right. By nature it is role play.
By nature it's role play. But
it's
I get what you're saying. But you do have it's not your typical it's not your typical role play where you're actually role playing the whole scene, you know what I mean? Like you got ventures. Role
playing
like you got side missions.
Your typical role playing when it comes to games is basically
like you pick a character.
You pick a character, you build a character up. I would actually say
that character has a story.
No. Pause.
And you have
what I would actually say is the fighting games that you like Fight Night, when you create a character and that kind of stuff, that is actually closer to role playing than it is to like a shooter.
Okay.
Because you are building up the stats of your fighter to be unique to your character.
Okay.
Like, see, role playing. I play this game
Okay,
called
it's
called Tokiden. It's called Tokiden too.
Uncle Dan says you got to learn Zoom though before you can play.
Play
Zoom. Why is Zoom such a big thing?
Zoom is just the latest like Skype or whatever.
Is that how y'all play it?
I mean, right now, yeah, because I've got people that are at risk.
Okay.
I want to play this Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm sorry.
I said I did. That's what they're for.
But I do want to do this.
I
thought it was a team thing when he said 7, 8 people can. But I'm like, nigga, me, you on a team.
I knew it was like a.
Bro, I want to play this. I never played this, and I want to fucking play this fucking game. Now, like, I really, bro, I watched some. I am. I have no problem with admitting
I mean,
I'm a gangster. All the time, I'm a gangster nerd.
They not listen.
But no, for real though. Like, but no, have you ever seen Stranger Things? They be playing that shit all the time.
I love Stranger Things.
They was playing. That was one of their main games. Right? That was their. No, they played. They always link it to.
That's how the black thing came. What was it called?
That's not how it came. The shadow creature.
That's when they first introduced it. Because remember they was rolling the dice and he was like, I gotta go home, and he got eaten by the shadow creature. Yeah. And then that's when everybody was like, well, call us when you get home. Like, let's make sure you get home safe.
Yeah. I keep lifting this beer up.
You're fine.
Okay.
You're fine.
But no, that's real.
I'm gonna have to ask Uncle Dan if he wants to do a Zoom call after.
Can we play
tonight's
it right
show.
now?
I don't know that we could do it right now, but
do you know how long those games
but
take?
he could chime in
it
and
take weeks.
He could give a better explanation than I can.
Right. Yeah, no, we could do that after the show's over. We could.
So Uncle Dan, if you're out there, if you're game for a Zoom call after the show, let's connect real quick. Shoot me up on hit me up on Facebook.
Alright, dude, I'm so fucking down. I've always wanted to play that shit. I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons.
He was about to talk shit when I said I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, and he was about to be the #1 talking shit.
Well, and I will tell you, I will tell you like this.
What
so
you mean? I like Dungeons.
My whole thing was, I wasn't sure I was going to be into it either. And I asked because my family had a game going before I started joining, and I said, can I just come by and watch a game to see if it's something I'd be into?
Right.
And he said, sure. Yeah, they said sure, of course.
Right.
And then my uncle was like, no, you got to roll up a character, do all this stuff. And so I had a character ready to go.
So I got to make
my own character? The first day I showed up.
Yeah, technically.
The first day I showed up.
Wicked.
Well, you can only go so far.
Yeah, you
it's
can only go
on like
so
what
far.
level you are in terms of what abilities you have.
I'm just talking about the backstory.
The backstory and all that stuff. That's the fun part.
Yeah, I'm not
really
worried
do all
about
that.
how strong.
By the way, you can really do all that.
Yeah, you can create your own backstory. Like, how do you want to come to the story?
You're your person. You are your person.
So, for example, my character in our weekly game.
I thought there was certain characters
my characters,
you choose from.
No.
So you get to choose your race and your class.
Right.
Your race is you can be a human,
I'm
an elf, a
Senegal.
dwarf.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different races.
I'm dwarf.
And then you can also be and from a class perspective, you can be a fighter, which is somebody that's good with like melee weapons.
That's me.
You can be a ranger, which is good with ranged weapons. You can be a wizard, who is good with spellcasting.
What if I'm a
cleric that can heal people. There are a couple
I like
different
that cleric,
things
bro.
that you
I
can
like
do
that
with
cleric, bro. I like that
I
cleric.
am pretty good at everything.
Cleric is about healing and that kind of stuff. You can be druid and be good in like nature magic.
Because I can keep my team alive.
Yep, exactly.
You dying? Hey.
So there's all.
Get your ass back
No,
up there. You're a fighter. If you might,
I'm the send me and you just pick me back
Uncle
up.
Dan said we could get together.
You just keep picking me up.
I know. That's the point of the cleric.
That's
the point. That's the point of
I'm not
healer.
doing nothing but killing, and you just pick me up.
I know. That's the point.
Well, no, I'm with you.
So
like,
he's
I'm
like
the one that gets right up in the fight, and I'm
like, Cliff, we need that 40 people coming.
Mike. He sounds like he's like a tank, bro.
Yeah, he'd be a barbarian or a fighter.
Exactly.
Yeah,
barbarian.
but I want to be a dwarf.
Be a barbarian.
Well, you could be a dwarf fighter.
Exactly.
All right.
Like my
That's
buddy,
what I was gonna choose, but I'm thinking no. If I was
my cousin's husband is a dwarf fighter or was a dwarf fighter. He died about 2 weeks ago. He had to roll up a new character.
I want to play this
shit. My dwarf fighter.
I want to play this shit now. I'm trying to play this.
I've been a dwarf fighter all my life. You're not a dwarf fighter, cousins.
So what I'll do is I'll shoot you guys the Zoom and you guys can just listen to it.
He's a taller dude.
He's a taller dwarf.
Do you got
no,
videos?
I'm talking about real life.
Mike.
He's a taller dude. He's slightly skinny. possibly wears glasses, you're not a dwarf.
Hey, Mike, do you have videos of these? Like the games y'all play?
No, so what we do is we've been playing on Zoom recently. We don't record it or anything.
Oh,
so I can play from my crib.
Oh yeah. So what I'll do is, usually what happens. So we usually play Saturdays at either 12 or 1 is our start time.
Okay.
The thing is it's
hold on, 12 p.m. or
12 p.m. So
okay,
noon.
That will work.
It's usually it's a commitment because it's usually like 3 to 4 hours.
That's cool.
What I can do is when I set this up,
or the YouTube until I get done, baby.
When I set this up, what I can do is I can shoot you guys the link to the Zoom so you guys can hear, you guys can listen in what we're doing.
I would love to do that and just check it out.
I'll shoot it.
Like spectating.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
And on top of that, we already talked about, Cliff, you and I talked about.
So after y'all's game, I'm trying to get up in there.
Well, that's the thing is I think
theirs isn't going to end.
Honestly, if we want to pick if we wanted to get a game going or just do like a one shot, so the game that we run is an ongoing story. Right. So it is like a Fallout or a Mass Effect that just keeps going.
Yeah, theirs is going to continue.
What you can do, and what we've done in the past, and Dan's chiming in.
Out of character.
Is that we can do a one shot, which is kind of like a single 3 to 4 hour session, just so you can get a feel for the mechanics.
Right.
And maybe get a feel for like what it would be like to be part of a bigger campaign.
I'm sure
and then if you get a feel for it, what is exactly like a Fallout where a character can come into play and be a whole new character?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So it's funny because Slade just asked. So Slade asked.
If let's do this. And if I'm serious about it, I'm definitely gonna join.
So Slade said we used to skip school to play Fight Night. And then he asked, "Is it like Magic or those Pokemon cards?"
I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I remember that.
I play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, I hear you. My uncle chimed in and said, "Slade, it's more like video games, but created out of the imagination to create a collaborative narrative based on loose rules.
Role playing. It's role playing."
He said, "So anything can be attempted." But him as the game master, or whoever the game master is, or the dungeon master is what is typically referred to. They can basically say roll a dice to determine the outcome, but I set the rules in terms of what the outcome is.
So can I ask you something? Can I ask you something?
Yeah. What's up?
Man, this is about to sound like an ignorant ass
question.
No, so listen, let's say if I get the feel for it and something, you know what I mean? Because I'm kind of like this on Skyrim. Let's say if I get the feel for everything. Can I murder everybody?
You can do what you want. The flip side is, take
everything. Take everything.
If you are playing with a group of people who are part of your party, the flip side is Skyrim.
I'm taking everybody's shit.
Because trust me, Skyrim, Mass Effect, I'll play it once through as a good guy, and then I'll go back and be the biggest asshole. The flip side is,
I know, but y'all say it's like a week progress and shit, and then
if you're playing with
so I'm trying to collect all the chips I can and sell y'all some shit.
If you're playing with other people, though, it's how much can you do and still have them be allied with you, because they may get
exactly because you gotta think smart too. But you gotta think smart too. You gotta think smart. So I think
what's interesting is with
I'm
D&D,
kind of crazy.
What you end up being able to do is you can do anything that. The dungeon master determines what the outcome is. So
so the person that's running the game is
exactly. So what I would say is, I can say that I want to lie to this motherfucker, and I want to try to convince him that what I'm saying is true and what he believes is wrong. Yeah. The dungeon master can be like, roll a charisma check. I have a skill called charisma that if I roll a certain if I roll whenever I roll charisma, I get a certain modification to it. Either it's a -3 or it's a +5.
All right.
If I roll that and he says in his head, all right, in order for this to work, he's got to roll a 25.
So it's a gamble.
But the dice only goes to 20. So the only way that could work is I hit a 20 and I have a +5.
Hold up, so it's broken.
So you can still kind of beat the dungeon master.
You can beat
Hold
the
up,
system.
is it about luck?
Oh, dice play a big role.
Exactly.
So every time you decide to do
so luck is always going to be involved.
So anytime you decide to do anything,
and even if the dungeon master said this, and I roll this, he can't really take it back.
Anytime you roll anything, you roll any kind of check or a skill check is what it's called.
I know we're talking about.
Anytime you do, you roll it's called a D20. It's a 20-sided dice. It's 1 to 20.
Now that motherfucking
typically
right
the way
what?
that's a 1 to 100. That's for special circumstances.
Okay.
Typically it's 1 to 20.
Like overtime, like
kind of
overtime.
Or like I have a
a real risky.
Right.
I'm equating this to guns, and I'm starting to understand some things.
So there you go. So what happens is, for example, in combat, you can say, I want to attack this person with my sword.
Right.
I have to beat their armor class with my D20.
I
So even if I beat their arm class, so let's say they have health that's equivalent to 15. I roll a 14, but I have a +2 to my attack.
You beat them because
I have a 16 versus.
But if I have a +5, you just
bingo.
I got another roll in me, and
I
got 4 more points.
But just because I hit, doesn't mean much because I have to roll for damage after it.
You lost, fucker. I'm a thinker. You already lost.
Wow.
Because I beat you already. Before you picked up the fucking dice. You're dead. You're dead, son.
How?
I killed you.
So what I would say is that...
Because I had a +5, and you had 4, and you rolled a 16. It wasn't a 20. That's a 19.
But the flip side of that is you're not...
It was a 20, but it's okay.
So when it comes to attacks, in particular...
You're not following, it's okay.
You roll to hit, and then you roll damage. So, like, my attack versus your armor is one thing, and then I have to roll damage on top of that.
Well, fuck your dice. What is this worth?
Right, exactly.
That's why you beat me, because you That's why he wants to be a fighter.
I actually think that if you could stick it out, Cliff, for more than an hour or two, I think you would actually have a lot of fun with it.
I think I would too.
Oh, no, I really do want to play. Mike, I put this like on my daughter. I want to play this
I will shoot you guys the link.
Like, I'm
Chris,
so serious.
You need to hit me up on Facebook, make sure we're friends.
Yeah, we gotta.
But
he's not never on there anyway. If it's not Messenger.
But that's my whole thing. I'll shoot him Messenger for a link for what we're doing tomorrow. And if you guys want to join and just watch, you can join and just watch.
Today's Friday.
Friday going into Saturday.
I thought y'all play every Sunday.
We play every Saturday.
Oh, y'all play every Saturday.
But what I'm saying is, if we wanted to get our own game, we could do our own game on Sunday.
So can I come through?
I mean, if you want to come over, I'm game. I'm not gonna.
What, tomorrow?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm so dead ass. I want to play this game, bro.
Yeah, now I don't know that I could get you into tomorrow's game, but you could watch what we're doing.
To get an idea of it, if you want to do that.
But can I come over and see what they're doing, so I can get
like
the visual concept?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, bet.
So what we end up doing is we have the Zoom
But eventually, you need to stick me in that game since it's gonna last forever. Let me be the newcomer in that bitch. Be like, hey, you don't know if I'm a thief or I'm not.
Well, and that's my whole thing is that we could actually. That's why I would actually be interested.
Loki right there. You talking about
Loki is my favorite motherfucker.
I know that's him. That's his personality.
Which is why I would actually be interested in starting a different game with the three of us.
Thor Loki kind of relationship.
I can see
we
that.
do have a Thor Loki kind of relationship.
Let me tell you something. I love Loki.
I don't.
Dad used to get mad at me. Hold on, time out. My dad, he used to get mad at me. He was like, "Why is Loki your favorite character?" Because the nigga,
we got that kind of relationship.
Because
I understand.
At the same time, like he's telling you the truth, but it's like
right.
You're tricky. You're tricky as hell. You ain't about to catch him in nothing. He's about what he's about to take in. Like when it comes to games, that's my role playing. But I'm like, how can I get in this man's pockets? How can I get in this man's pockets?
I'm more Thor. I'm more beat me.
Right.
I'm coming in
swinging and I'm over.
Hey, but here's the thing. I try to steal as much as I can. So guess what? When I got all the fucking power, I'm taking out everybody.
You are a Loki type. You are. That's who you are.
Hey, but I'm not like that realistic.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're not as.
Let me get.
You're not as mischievous.
Yeah,
you are definitely mischievous. but you're not.
Okay.
Oh no, you're definitely mischievous.
What the fuck?
But you're not. Chris will do it to your face type.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's not gonna try to trick you. He's gonna let
Chris
you know.
is vicious.
I'm gonna take
probably
this,
off of juice.
I'm gonna eventually take this from you, and I'm letting you know now. If you're not ready, I'm gonna get it. That's him.
Oh no, wait, what'd you say?
I said you'll let somebody know I'm after this, and if you're not careful, I'm gonna take it from. You'll let somebody know you're gonna do it before you do it, but you're definitely a mischievous person. You're not a tricky, like, I don't trust you mischievous.
Yeah.
But you're mischievous, like, he's going to take you if he has the opportunity to.
Period. That's life.
Period.
That's life.
That's life. No, I agree.
I'm admitting that on camera there.
I agree. Fools agree.
Like, hold on. Like,
maybe that's how we were raised. I don't know.
Exactly. Like, but no. But it's real. Like,
be ready.
All right, I'm upfront with you, but I am upfront with you. I'm going to tell you, like.
I'm going to beat you.
Okay, I like this. I'm gonna.
Right.
Okay, and then the minute that you start slacking off, guess
I'm
what?
gonna beat you.
Get the fuck out of my way.
Right.
You slacked off. Get the fuck out of here. You didn't know I was coming.
It's my turn.
Exactly. Like I said with the tattoos, Tina was like, "Why you keep taking all these people's? Why you keep building clientele? Why you keep building clientele? You ain't gonna shoot tattoos.
Like
you
telling
just
people you're tatting and you haven't tatted in a while.
Exactly.
Like
I haven't tatted in a while, but guess what?
Tat.
Now since I'm in there, nobody knew. I posted one post, and
I
got people coming in.
All right.
Why?
All right. So before we get out of here, because we're at 2:25.
Are we?
Yeah. So
I'm cool with it.
Chris,
he just shot this on me today.
I was about to say, can we do a little promotion for Chris? Let him talk about it.
He just shot this for me today. Can you see it on screen?
Yeah, you might want to stand up and just put it in front.
Yeah, I probably should do it a little better. I'm about to piss anyway.
Don't send him like that.
Yeah, he just did that right there. Is that better?
The grand boxing
emblem.
emblem.
Grand emblem. Little simple.
And I did a.
So Chris, talk to us about what you do and where people can find you.
All right.
Give them the address too if you need.
I got you. So right now I am an apprentice at Tattoo King.
To the microphone. Get closer to the mic. There you go.
So right now I'm an apprentice at Tattoo Kings, 1450 Morris Road. I took a big fall back. I haven't tattooed over like a year, you know what I mean? And that's what I was just telling him. I've been building clientele. My girl was like, why you keep building clientele? You ain't gonna shoot nothing. You're not gonna shoot nothing. Because I was working this 9 to 5 to support you, you know what I mean? Now my girl's finally here in her nail business and doing everything. Now I can actually focus on myself, you know what I mean? So now I'm like, you're making good money. I got you where you need to be. Now it's my turn to pursue my dreams, you know what I mean? And back when we was talking about the leap of faith, I had a full-time job at Ascena. I love Ascena. If you want a nice little job that pays good money, I would go to Ascena. But I wanted to do
something. I hear you. Ascena's one of our clients, so I feel you on that.
Yeah, I wanted to, you know, I was like, I took that leap of faith. I didn't know if this was gonna be even if it's not I'm not making as much money as I am right now because I'm still learning. I'm an apprentice, but I still shoot at my shop and I do good ass work. I got some pictures here. I wish I would have sent some pictures to him so y'all see what I'm working with because I just shot a dope piece on my girl. You know what I mean? I'm doing good for myself. I never thought in all the years I would even be in this position I am. You know what I mean? But like I was saying, my girl was like, why you keep getting all these? Because one day, one day, all these names and all these names and everything, they're gonna want to come back. I'm building clientele, even if I'm not tattooing. You know what I mean? And now I'm in the position I am. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep growing. I shot so many, man. I did my own cover up, man. I'm doing a lot for myself.
Good. So where can the people find you if they want to get in touch with you?
1450 Tattoo Kings.
All right.
1450 Tattoo Kings.
What about
good shit.
Any social media that
where they can follow you or whatever?
Chris Jordan on Facebook. Chippy6.
Let him double check.
Let me check real quick. I'm out there.
Malcolm said you got a princess tag. But.
C.
Me? You must not know that.
Hey. CHIPPY 6, like a number 6 IX. CHIPPY 6 IX. That's my Instagram. Yep, the number 6 IX.
All right, good shit.
Let me tell you, get the tattoos while you can right now. Like I said, I'm an apprentice and I'm still doing big dog work. You know what I mean? Come here soon, cause when I start getting top notch, I'm gonna be breaking pockets. You know what I mean? But at the same time, exactly, I got to. Exactly, I got to. I've been working for this shit my whole damn high school. Everything, man. I've been doing this, and I'm proud of where
He's
I'm
welcome.
at.
He's welcome. I
I'm
inspired him to get that tattoo gun. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
What tattoo gun?
I ain't inspired you to get your tattoo gun?
Which one?
The first
Your
one.
first one.
Oh, no, you did.
Right.
Nah, no cat, nigga. Hold on.
You ain't see me doing tattoos and was like, oh, bro, what you did? And I said, bro, I gave you the website to get
time.
I gave you the website to get your kit from.
Oh, no cat. Real cat.
Right.
No cat.
Right.
You did. And I got my kit.
You just stayed on with
and
it.
then I started tattooing myself, and I was like,
you
ooh.
lasted longer than I did.
Right. I know. I mean, I did drop off when my machine broke down, and guess what? My boss, Tattoo T. Hey, Tattoo T, by the way. His name is Tattoo T, that owns the shop. He is a BC artist, man.
He's a good dude, too.
He is a good dude. Family man. Family man, he is a father of triplets and 3 other kids. He takes care of his kids, everything.
He good dude.
Like,
if he ever wants to come on and talk about the business, he's more than welcome to.
He definitely could do that if
he tattoos.
He a good dude.
He tattoos NFL players, college players.
Awesome.
It's crazy.
All right, so we are at about 2.5 hours. We're gonna go ahead and sign off for tonight. Cliff, you got anything to take us out?
Love everybody. Love everybody till they give you a reason not to. Then fuck shit up. Royally. Do it the way God inspired you to fuck shit up. If they don't, listen, love them first, though.
Chris, anything else to close out?
Like I said, I'm an apprentice at Tattoo Kings, 1450 Morse Road. Come see me. Come see my boss.
And now you know
it's all about dreams, baby. If you put in the time to do what you want to do, eventually you're going to get the outcome that you deserve.
Amen.
And I completely agree, which is why Cliff and I are still doing this shit.
Amen,
25 episodes in. We are trying to make this shit happen. Check us out at all your favorite social media at Foolproof Net.
All that.
And do us a favor, like, subscribe, share this shit. I know we've got the most people we've ever had in the live video stream tonight, and it's half
and
a dozen.
And it's an honor.
And do us a favor.
Hey,
get more next time. Let's get to a full dozen.
Show him some love too, because I'm right here doing my tattoo thing, but guess what? He's making dreams happen as well. So share, comment, like everything for my boy Mike right here. So do it.
All that shit. At Foolproof Net. We love all y'all. And for the last time, Fools agree. Always. Cheers. We love all y'all. Have a good night.
I would tell y'all where to share, but I don't know. I don't know our social media, so listen to him. He knows.
Chippy6, by the way. CHIPPY 6IX. And then I'll link him.